ride. Huh. 10 toes down, but stuck in that paper. Riding real clean, but stunting on haters. She said come through, I'm like yeah later. Y'all know what it is when the players say later. Like on my grind, got no time for hoes. Like on my swivel, let nothing get close. Like can't stop fighting till they let go. Like one door closed, I'll kick for more. I understand a lot of people out here won't get me, yet here I be playing on the spot where the whole world can hit me. Please understand, everything I lay down gon' be tight. I can turn that left into a right, make a dike turn into a plumber chasing that pipe. Make a mumble over words I say, got them stumbling over the words they write. Even though they claim to be using a third eye, soon you'll see they have no sight. Running over these tracks like Saquon Barkley, throwing it deep like Jalen Hurts. They say that the MZ can't touch down, so tell me why they raising they skirt. Like one door closed, I'll kick for more. Like on my swivel, let nothing get close. Like can't stop fighting till they let go. Like on my grind, got no time for hoes. Lights, cameras, action, making money, got haters reacting. Or you thinking that you got a lick, better think about it before you be in a casket. That could be drastic, now they be asking, who the hell done sent the assassin? It's a lot of crying and screaming and crying, cause killers got blasted, that was their passion. I ain't never been the one to come hate on, even though they was the ones to come hate on. Now they gotta wait around to see what it is that I will be raised. And all of that talking they doing don't move me. Better believe this here ain't a movie. Better be hoping your people are praying when I come through, I don't pursue that. Welcome back to another episode of Musically Zone Talks Boxing. This episode comes to you by HW Wicks, handcrafted candles. Their motto is relax and enjoy. We also come to you by the way of the blog family, created on Marlowe's Corner. We keeping it alive for our brother until he comes back. Also by the Track Titans, where we get our tracks and our music. If you know somebody that needs tracks for their videos to start, or in their videos, or even play through their videos, tell them to hit us up right here on Musically Zone Talks Boxing. We'll hook them up with the Track Titans. You know anybody that's spitting? Got some hot fire for them too. Now, as the title says, Tszyu TKO Joey Spencer. Bivol drops the WBC, and from what I'm understanding, he's only doing it so he can have his trilogy. That's right, so he can have his trilogy with Arthur Beterbiev. And Keyshawn Davis, at the point, is not going to be fighting Edwin De Los Santos anymore. We want to talk about that in this video, in this live. And I see my boy, my brother, from another mother and another father, Gil Cole's in the building. What's going on, Gil? And, you know, as we always do, we start the show, give you a little music to start it off. Hope y'all like that track. And while it's on my mind, that's right, the Track Titans has dropped another song with our new artist. His name is Legit Born. The song is called Back and Forth. If you like music, rap music, hip hop, check it out. Help the man get him some streams. You can find it on any other streaming app platforms: iTunes, Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal. If you know a streaming platform, 9 times out of 10, we are on it. That's on it. And you can also play it right here on YouTube. So with that being said, we're going to kick back, let things get rolling. That's right. And we're going to do it like we do it. We're going to wait for our brothers and sisters and whoever else that wants to join to bring this conversation to life and let us have some fun. Know what I'm saying? So with that, I'm going to say, let's get it started.
I tell them you can't get like me, yo man, ain't shit like me, pack strong, hit like me, bro, can't sit by me, gang, beside me, we ride till we D.I.E., bang, bang, don't try me, that fire always be by me, you can't get like me, yo man, ain't shit like hit like me, bro, can't sit by me. Gang, gang, beside me, we ride till we D.I.E. I'm gassed up, ignite me, my cash up, too lit, I be up. I'm a type of nigga that says shit straight. I never did hate, that's a bitch nigga trait. By any means, baby, I'ma get to the cake. I been a real nigga, so it ain't for debate. Beefing with me, get you hit with a stake. She left you for me, saying you the mistake. I can't be replaced. Nah, saving what hoes? Do you see me with a cape? I hustle from sun up to sundown. If a hater run up, he get walked down. We be up in that stick on who talk down. Reaching for my shit, 5-5. I be putting in work, I don't clock out. Talking dirty, you niggas get mouthed out. Shout it like how I kick it like Kung Lao. Cause these niggas be chicken, compound. I ain't wanna do it, but have to. I'm the shit like I live in the bathroom. Pull up, eat it, and dip, she fast food. Girl, let me show you what this cash do. I'm going nuts like the cashews. My name in they mouth with a bad move. Not a brokey, I go with a cash move. I'ma set this shit off if I have to. Hey. Niggas ain't built like me, bionicles, but you self-made. It's ironic though, you original but you be copying. I'm by my coins, I got that sonic flow. Bruce Lee, Roy, bitch, I got the glow. Probably run a ticket up at Papa Do's. Call me Young Atomic cause I'm about to blow, nigga. Pause, no homo, no homo. You can't get like me, yo man, ain't shit like me. Pack strong, hit like me, you broke, can't sit by me. Gang, gang, beside me, we ride till we D.I.E. Bang, bang, don't try me, that fire always be by me. You can't get like me, yo man, ain't shit like me. Pack strong, hit like me, you broke, can't sit by me. Gang, gang, beside me, we ride till we D.I.E. I'm gassed up, ignite me, my cash up, too lit, I be up. You can't get like me. Pack strong, hit like me. We ride till we D.I.E. My cash up too lit, I be up.
Well, we back. And I'm hearing the word duck going around in this boxing situation and what's popping off. You know what I'm saying? I also understand, or it's being reported, that our boy Shakur Stevenson has decided that the fight that was supposed to be taking place with he and let me get this right, I don't want to mess it up. Y'all give me a second to get my mind up under my bearings right. But once again, we got another fight that's being pulled out of. From what I'm understanding, it's about money. That ching ching, that grip. You know, ain't nobody trying to fight for free. Starting to seem like some misdealings may be taking place. But I won't point any fingers or anything like that. I just want to let you guys know that we gonna bring all that up and see how the fam chops it up. Urkovich and the juggernaut Joe Joyce. Can I say that I think Joe Joyce might want to put the juggernaut to the side and start thinking about, you know, getting out of there. He's taking a lot of, we got Hyphy in the house. Ha! Norman Jr. contract. Hey, my boy Hyphy bringing in the noise straight out the gate. Norman Jr., Norman Jr., Norman Jr. Well, right around the corner is Emantis Stanionis and Boots. Now, I ain't saying I'm riding with Boots. I'm just saying, you know, I'm matching the energy of what's going on tonight. I'm feeling pretty good and I want to have some fun, talk some boxing or what's been taking place. But I'm thinking that the Juggernaut and Urkovich, great fight, if you want to say a fight. Not a lot of skills being shown in the fight. Joe Joyce was eating every right hand that he could possibly let touching. And I can't remember the last time I seen a fighter so slow. I mean, Joe was just out there, looked like he was in quicksand or something. The hooks that he was throwing, the body blows, everything was slow. Motion. Like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, the man just was slow. Made it to the end of the fight. I give him that. Juggernaut, tough guy he is. Yeah, we know he got stopped by Big Bang. Zang. Yeah, we know that. And then he got dropped by the Warhorse, Chisora. When you talk about throwback, old school fighters that just seem like they like to fight, gonna give it all they got, Chisora, Now I'm starting to say the juggernaut. But time is passing. There's no need for you to go out there and just get bashed on and bashed on and bashed on over and over and over and over and over. Sometimes you got to realize somebody say that man from himself. Man, that's my favorite picture in boxing. One of my favorite pictures, seeing the greatest standing there over that boy. Oh my gosh, Sonny Liston. Get up is what he was screaming. Another greats right there. But anyway, as we like to do, what we got saying? Who said something? He said Herkovich engine was no better than Joyce's. They both was fumed out. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said it was a good fight. Nothing skills about it, nothing like that. Just two big dudes out there throwing hands. Who gonna get who out of there? And like I said, it turned out to be a good fight as far as being a fight. It's as far as the health for the boxers, it's not good for either one of them to be. Well, Joy took the most of it. To be taking punches like that. Joyce did cut Herkovich and had them a little nervous, if I'm remembering this correctly. And at one point it might have looked like Joyce might have pulled something off, but as it kept going, like I said, Joyce was just out. The hand speed was a big difference. But the big man was giving it all he got. I've seen him get on his toes a few times, bouncing in and out, trying to do it. But the man was just too slow. Just too slow. That damn Tszyu went out there. No, I'm not going to even say that damn Tszyu. I'm not going to even do that. I'm going to wait because I know it's enough people, enough our brothers and our sisters that's going to be in here hanging like they always do. And we're going to get that out. Hyphy, if you got time, I know your little routine that you have going on. Come through. We're going to chop it up a little bit on that Brian Norman situation and what you think should happen with him and his next move, according to what might happen with Stanionis and Boots. We also got a lot of other fights that I got them lined up. Hopefully, the expert, Trey X, rolls through. The wizard, the man that can call the frog from where it comes through. I got the list up so he can let us know which fights you might want to look at closely. Giving shouts out to all the Block fam. And as proceeding, y'all ride with me for a minute. Y'all know one of my favorite songs because my boy DeCane is on there. It's that Hydro Blow. So I'm going to hit you with it. And like I said, our new song dropped called Back and Forth. Our new artist, Legit Born. Go check it out sometime. You can check it out on the Musically Zone Talks Boxing page. A list of our songs are down there. It's the latest to come out. Go check it out. We're going to go ahead and hit you with Hydro Blow, and I'll be right back.
Shorty looking mad fly, had me captivated when she walked by. I'm serious, she had me feeling this tingle, son. Stimulated conversation after mingling. Honey was jingling and stretched jeans looking clean. Appearance would enhance any scene. Nah, I mean, feel me, really. I know it sounds silly, but looking at her was like puffing on a fat fillet. Relaxing, she had this natural attraction. She started laughing when she saw my reaction. Oh my, pass the name and number to the cell. Asked for mine, I said it's Otis, last name is Bell. Also known as the O, the B, the 3, the A, the S, the T. It's me, obese, and you get high. Then I'm your guy.
If I got the high, you got control. You can make this track go. If I got the high, you got control. You can make this track go. If I got the high, you got control. You can make this track go. If I got the high, you got control. You can make this track go.
Say what you want, just be blunt. I can stand the pain. Take a ride on the great airlines. I promise you be glad you came. The fire in your eyes make wetness between your thighs. You say you never blow, I eliminate your disguise. Underneath your green exterior, I gaze. Exploration of your brain leaves me in a purple haze. I see consent as my morals continue living. I just like to engage in a little oral tradition. So pardon my unorthodox approach to blazing luscious. That's just the way I roll. Lick the split before I stuff it. You like it hot, I got enough smoke to choke the average throat. But tonight I'm trying to go a little deeper. Loving the feel of your lips, taking drags off this gas, just puff and never pass. I'm your high value reaper.
I got the high, you got control. Make this track blow. If I got the high, you got control. Make this track blow. If I got the high, you got control. Make this track blow. If I got the high, you got control. We can make this track blow. I'm chilling in my room on this night. I got something tied up in the shower. Am I right? A friend in the negligee smiling as she rolling up. Every once in a while looking up, saying, "Girl, hurry up." She placed her gaze back up on and took a deep sigh and said, "I'm so home. You want a drink?" I said, "Yeah." And while she walking to the table, she asked him what I think. I like the way your lips poke, I like she pout. And that ass got my little man shouting. She kinda giggled, "Oh, you like what you see?" Before I can answer, I heard, "Hey, what about me?" I turned around, she got a pose with no clothes, with a leg up on the chair, with her hands so exposed. She said, "Don't speak, just lay back on the bed." Said something about double E. Yeah, you heard what she said. If I got the high, you got control. Make this track blow. If I got the high, you got control. Make this track blow. If I got the high, you got control. We can make this track blow. And if I got the high, you got control. We can make this track blow. That was the track titles featuring the cane, the sweet sounds of the cane. That boy got a voice on him that made that track go right over the top. And we are back. Speaking of, Tim Tszyu going to get his ass whipped talking crazy to Keith. This is coming from Gil Coles, which brings me to Tim Tszyu. Tim Tszyu went out there and stopped Joey Spencer. I don't really know what I want to say about that, except Joey Spencer's dad is in his corner. And I've noticed something. The last fight that Joey lost, can't remember the guy that he was fighting, tall Spanish guy, I believe he's Spanish. I can't remember his name. It was going up and down between 135 and 140. Was it 135? No, I'm tripping. That's the wrong fight. He got stopped. His dad threw the towel in. Is the point I'm trying to make. And it's a pattern. It seems like every time his son gets in trouble, his dad throws in the towel. Some might say that he's getting his ass whooped. But I have seen Joey have a little bravado and take some punches and try to fight back. We don't really know if he's capable of fighting through adversity and coming out shining, because his dad threw in the towel, like I said, in both fights. The first fight he threw the towel in, this fight he threw the towel in. In his defense in this fight, his son's face was starting to look pretty bad. Eyes was purple and black, swole up. I would have to say, as good as Joey Spencer is, I think somewhere it's getting lost in transition between training in camp and coming to the ring. I don't know what it could be. I hope they can get it together. I was looking highly on Joey Spencer, but seeing, and here's the killer part about it. You guys heard me say that I was rolling with Joey, thinking that he would stop Tim last week because Tim was coming off the 2 losses. I wasn't factoring in the fact that they was going to be over there in Tim's home and nothing that I wasn't really worried about that. What happened to me before I had to go to work and had put in some extra hours, I was strolling through the YouTube streets and I came across Joey Spencer's fight that he lost, the last one. And lo and behold, I'm seeing him lose the fight. Pop throws in the towel, which got me to thinking, maybe Joey not going to win this fight. I didn't bite the bullet and go in and change or get off the bet. I rolled with it. And he ended up getting beat because his Pop threw in the towel. He probably was going to lose anyway, But you know, it is what it is. With that being said, do you guys think that it's possible Keith Thurman can get the fight with Tim Tszyu? Is that possible? Is that in the making? And if so, what does the melodic flute player have in store for Tim Tszyu? You think the guy can set the clock back a little once again, take it off pause, and go out there and beat Tim Tszyu? Just a question. Maybe my brother Hyphy can give us an answer, but right now, Tim is, so I say, dare I say, back. If Keith has to fight Tim, will Keith have to go over to the over across the pond in order to face him? It seems like when some of those fighters come over here to the States, a lot of times the States are their kryptonite. Takes me back to an argument, or should I say a debate we were having some time back when I was saying that in order to be just a mega star, mega star, you got to come over here in the States and conquer. It seems like my argument is starting to stand on a little stronger, if you ask me. What we got here? Thurman versus Tszyu was agreed upon prior to both of their fights. Now it's about working out a few details, but that fight is very close to finalized. These are the words for Hyphy. My brother be out there in those YouTube streets. He be keeping his ear to the ground. And as you see, he always has something to put into the conversation. Well, if that's the case, I guess all we have to do is sit back and find out when the date is going to take place. Hopefully no outside forces mess up the chance of this fight being made. And like I said, once again, who do you think will pull it off? Does Keith have it in him to keep upsetting the apple cart? Because now, seeing where he is, yes, he beat Mario. He just earned himself a knockout, beautiful knockout. And now he's standing poised to get his name into the hat again and have people understanding that he is one time. So like your argument anyway, already came to the streets and dominated. But y'all said that wasn't good enough. So he about to do it again next month. Okay, I hear you. And when I say it wasn't good enough, I mean, when you come over and start trekking, you know what I'm saying? You on your crusade. You got to come over here and just say, hey, I'm over here, I'm planting flags in different places. I'm finna plant a flag in Madison Square Garden, where people gonna come when they hear anywhere is here. I done whooped a few asses over here, people they thought that I couldn't handle. That's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying it wasn't good enough. I ain't saying he ain't a great fighter. I'm just saying when you're going into somebody's house to make some noise, go in there and kick over the TV, slap down the lamp, push the dog, throw some water on the cat. You know what I'm saying? Open the bird cage. Do all that kind of stuff if you're coming over here to make noise. That's all I'm saying. Come over here and really ruffle some feathers. That's all I'm saying, Hyphy. Not taking anything away from me. But if he about to do it again next month, against who? That's what I would like to know. Who is he going to be facing next month? And then I can probably give my idea of what might happen. My boy Gil Cole says Keith going to sleep Tszyu. Then he might go back down to 147 and whoop Brian Norman. Whoa. Let me shake that off a little bit. I got some goosebumps right there with what Gil Cole was talking about. He's going to sleep Tszyu? Okay. And then he might lose a couple of pounds just to prove that he can and go whoop Brian Norman? Whew. Well, let me tell you something, Gil. Let me tell you something straight up. If Keith get to moving like that, I'll fly a flag for Keith on the show. Just Keith. You know what I'm saying? You saying that this man gonna sleep Tszyu. Which I'm not saying it's not possible. Anybody can get knocked out. Anybody can at any given time. But if the Sabri old man who finds a way to pause time, go out there and handle his business, then that's what it is. My man say that's what my sources tell me. Well, shoot, you tell your sources. If they pull that off, it is what it is. And shoot, let me go ahead and say, do we throw Keith's name in the Hall of Fame conversation, or will Bud shoot him down? I'm just joking. Shoot, what else we had going on? With that conversation, I do feel like Joey Spencer, somewhere, like I said, in the transition of Jim and Under the Lights, he is losing out somewhere. He has got him some wins, but when it seems like he's stepping up to the higher competition, he's failing. And if that keeps happening, he'll turn into a gatekeeper. Hate to have to use that word on fighters. Hate to see them get stuck in a spot where you're good enough to earn a fight with somebody with a name, but then you just don't seem to be able to get over that hump to that next level. I'm going to just say, keep on pushing, Joey Spencer, and we'll see what goes on with that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? AI meets in music. My boy DeCanan fell into the house. What's going on, man? He says, Joey's not that good. Is he even good enough to be a gatekeeper? You know what? That's a good question. Are you saying that I might be giving him a little too much to ride with? That is a possibility. Like I said, his dad has stopped the last 2 fights that he lost by throwing in the towel. I really, this might sound selfish, but I kind of want to see if the young man had it in him to try to fight through adversity and maybe come out the other side. He hasn't gotten a chance to, I guess, to do that really, fully. But, who am I other than the fan who is speaking his words? But, I can't argue with you saying that he's not that good. And is he even good enough to be a gatekeeper? That remains to be seen, depending on who he fights next and the outcome. You know what I'm saying? If he ends up fighting somebody that we say, oh, he should really beat this guy, and he does, that doesn't really give me anything. I really need to see him go in there and get into a decent name fight and have a good showing. But, that's just me, and hopefully I'm not being greedy. I don't want to go out there and I don't want to have somebody go out there and just get bashed for nothing. And I was speaking about Shakur Stevenson, so I was naming about the fighters that was, seemed like they were pulling out. Keyshawn, no more De Los Santos, so they looking for a new person for him to fight. Zepeda was the name that I was looking for. From what I'm understanding and hearing, Shakur has pulled out of the fight with Zepeda. And if I'm remembering this correctly, he is the one saying that the money that was promised to him for that fight is not what the money they are presenting to him for that fight. So, I could ask the question like most people would and say, should he just go ahead and take the fight? Or should he really be arguing about the money? I don't really know, seeing that the situation is with Turkey out of shape. I want to see what happens with the fact of Dubois and when he pulled out of the fight, exactly how that's going to affect him working down the line with Turkey and being part of the Riyadh season. Will that happen to Shakur? Who will he be fighting next? Will the fight end up going a purse bid, which means he'll still be stuck fighting Zepeda? All people really want to see is him get out there and do his thing. I ain't trying to argue about the money or anything like that. But that's another fight that broke out. And I can guarantee you, people are going to start floating the word duck any minute now. Any minute they're going to start screaming duck, 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 duck. And my boy Hyphy said, Keyshawn got exposed by Edwin. How do you mean, sir? Are you saying that De Los Santos would have a full camp and Keyshawn didn't want none of that smoke because he having a full camp? Or what? I'm kind of confused, and I really would like to know exactly what you mean when you say Keyshawn got exposed by De Los Santos. They haven't fought yet, have they? I don't think so. Coming in my mind? No. Thinking. No. Keyshawn is a champion.
We don't know. I don't know what happened for the reason of them getting called off. Sources tell me, I'm gonna start using that. Sources tell me that the man wasn't getting offered enough money. So Top Rank is gonna look for somebody else for Keyshawn Davis to fight. I just want to know who they're gonna put in front of him and really handle his business. But that's another fight that has been postponed or pulled or stopped or whatever you want to say. But we got Shakur not fighting Zepeda, and as far as I know, and Keyshawn not fighting Edwin De Los Santos, as far as I know. But what can I say about that except nothing? I could sit back like everybody else and think of all the different scenarios that might be taking place why they're not fighting, but I can't really give you the right reason except from what they say is happening. I'm also hearing that your boy Hitchison, Richard Hitchison, is set to fight what's his name? Kambosos. June 14th in New York. What? Kambosos is coming away from over across the pond to America? To America? Let me quit being for America. He coming over here to fight. That's what I'm talking about. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and be honest. I think Richard Hitchison gonna go ahead and put his hands all over Kambosos. I don't think Kambosos is gonna be ready for, he already showed us he's not ready for a slick fighter because Devin was able to beat him. But the people gonna say, oh, Devin was so much bigger and all this. Devin jabbed the hell out of Kambosos, and y'all know it. Kambosos didn't have no answer for that. Now, he did look good in his last fight, but his last fight, the guy, I'm gonna be honest with you, was not up to quality, if that's the best way to put it. So Kambosos went out there, made a good showing of himself in a show-off type fight. He did what he was supposed to do. He looked good in doing it. Let me see, what did he say? Keyshawn only agreed to Edwin because Edwin is coming off a layoff and injury. Edwin said, nope, fight me when I'm 100%, which Keyshawn won't. Exposed for trying to cherry pick. Well, since you put it like that, are you telling me, I'm reading this correctly, that Keyshawn only said he only agreed to fight Edwin De Los Santos because he knew he was coming off of a layoff and an injury? So he was like, you know what? This the best time to get old Edwin. Catch him while he ain't quite ready. That's what you're trying to tell me? He was trying to jump on a man while he wasn't quite ready. And now that he is at 100%, you saying Keyshawn ain't ready for that smoke. It's a cherry. You saying it was a cherry pick. Same fighter at a different time in his career. At one point he a cherry pick and then he not a cherry pick. That's I guess people can look at that. I don't know how many people have looked at that. You just pulled off old D-Lo 404 Talks Boxing, the voice of reason. You just pulled off one of those kind of things and make a brother have to look at it in a different light when it comes to saying something about cherry picking. Good job, Hyphy. But I don't know, man. I don't know. Keyshawn kind of rugged, I give it to him. The man can fight. He got some pop. Scared of De Los Santos. Why would he be scared of De Los Santos? Did not Shakur beat De Los Santos? Am I tripping? Or didn't he do it? Didn't he do it? Did he do it? You're going to say he was running, but he did it. But he did it. He won in the good old Shakur Stevenson kind of way, in this fashion. So, y'all let me know if y'all agree with Hyphy on this situation. If it was a cherry pick that didn't pop off for Keyshawn, and now that the man is ready, set to go, Keyshawn don't want no smoke. That's what Hyphy telling me. At least that's what I'm reading in it. Keyshawn don't want smoke with Edwin De Los Santos. I need to slow down just a little bit. Edwin bagged out of the Keyshawn fight over some money. Damn. I wanted to see that. That's from Gil Coles. Now, Gil Coles, are you saying that the first time they were supposed to fight, he pulled out because of the money? Or is it this time that they supposed to fight and he's pulling out for money? Because if he's pulling out for money, then that would mean that Hyphy's statement earlier loses a little sting. And now I got to look at the cherry pick situation different again, because you saying that Edwin pulled out. Is it because of money? Was it from the first fight, or is it because of this fight? Whose fault is it that this fight that's supposed to be taking place is not happening? Somebody answer that for me. Somebody answer that one for me. Hyphy back in the conversation saying Keyshawn tried to cherry pick Edwin at the right time, same way TBC waited to pick Earl while coming off eye surgery, accident, and layoff. The whole team cherry picks all the time. Wait a minute. Are you saying that people that deal with Crawford in that camp over there, because Keyshawn is part of that camp, are you trying to tell me that there's some cherry picking going on over there? That's what you're trying to tell me? Are you saying that they took advantage of the fact that they knew that Earl the Spence Truth Jr. would not fight anybody else but Terrence Crawford, even though he had an eye injury, came off of a car accident? He didn't want no tune-up. He just wanted to go straight into work. Everybody said it was not a good move for Earl, and Earl should have had a tune-up. But with that one, I would have to say Earl made it easy to be a cherry pick. If that's how you would look at it, I would have to say, in defense, you know how I do it. I stand on this, we finna debate tonight. If it has to be that way, I'd have to say that, ladies and gentlemen, Terrence Crawford and his team made a skillful move by staying on Earl Spence, because they knew he would not try to take a soft touch or a tune-up fight after the eye and the car accident. They knew that. So because they knew that this is a creature of habit and this is what he's going to do, they went on and took advantage of that situation, which, in my opinion, ladies and gentlemen, is a fair thing. That was Earl's fault, and Earl, I hope he learned from it. We have to see what happens. So with that one, a hyphy, I have to say I can't give you that one. You're going to have to come with a better one than that. You're going to have to tighten up that argument, sir. But bring it back. I'll see if I can't shoot it down again. But right now, you're coming with some good stuff. Gil Coles is back in front of the stand, ladies and gentlemen. He said, I thought I heard y'all say Edwin pulled out the fight. I didn't say. Let me see if I can find something about it. Okay, let me see. Reading from this, it says, a source close to negotiations for Keyshawn Davis, Edwin De Los Santos, confirmed De Los Santos rejected the Top Rank's latest offer over money. Something like $200K. And Top Rank has chosen to pursue a different opponent to fight Keyshawn. Well, I guess with that being said, you would have to say that Edwin De Los Santos pulled out of the fight because of money. Now you would have to ask the question, how much money do you think Keyshawn Davis garners to fight him? You know, how much do you think he is a champion? How much do you think he would pull in for all that to go through? Give it to me. He said, what's up, guys? Leo's Arcade Ace is in the house. Jacob Fatu. I love you, Solo. Who the hell is that? But anyway, where was I? With that being said, De Los Santos pulled out the fight. Man. So he pulled out the fight. Hyphy, the cherry pick thing is, you better come back with another argument, because if De Los Santos pulled out of the fight because of money, if anybody has anything to say because of money, my question is going to be and stand as, how much money do you think as a champion Keyshawn Davis garnishes for people to fight him? Do you think that he should give a guy should earn $1 million plus or $1 million with fighting him, or less? I don't know exactly what it is they offered De Los Santos, but if it's $200,000, do you think that's enough money to fight Keyshawn Davis at this point in time, even though he's a champion in his career? That's the question. With that being said, I would have liked to see that fight. If they could hash it out, great. If they can't, I don't really know what we can say about that. But at this moment right now, you have to put the blame on De Los Santos and not Keyshawn Davis for the fight not taking place. I would have to say. Do you agree? If not, oh, well, you know, we can disagree because that's what it's all about. But that would have been a fight. That would have been a good one to go down and see. A good one. Great one. Great one. But New York KA say, what's up, guys? Y'all holler at our brother. Let him know what's going on. Pay that man and make the fight is what Gil Cole says. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Pay that man and make the fight. But just spitballing, what do you think he should get? What is he asking for? You know, that part is still a mystery to us. It hasn't been revealed of what he's asking for, where people can kind of make the assumption is if it's enough or not. So just to say pay that man and make the fight, it sounds good. It really does, but what's the numbers? That you know that part is going to always come up, even though we all say we hate that part, which we do. We just want to see the fights get made. But yeah, we got to wait for that part to get clear, Gil. That's all I can say. You know, there's no argument or anything I can make for it to make it sound good or bad. All I can say is, damn, Edwin, or should I say, damn, Top Rank. It's somebody's fault. If y'all not offering the man enough money, y'all know that. If y'all are offering the man enough money, maybe he feels like he's worth a little more. He is fighting your champion. I don't know. I don't know what goes in the minds of those when it comes down to getting these fights made. I'm just sitting around waiting for it to happen, and Keyshawn and De Los Santos really needs to take place. Really. 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 And I guess that's the same dance with Shakur and Zepeda. Is Shakur having money problems too with Zepeda? I think that would have been on the Riyadh card, if I'm thinking correctly. And from what I'm understanding, if I could find a write-up about it, I'll be able to speak a little more clear on it. But I think he was complaining about money. I think he actually said that the money that was promised to him and the money they came at him with was way less than what they said they was going to bring to him, and he ain't doing that. Boy, AI Music, a.k.a. Decane, says Keyshawn will beat Edwin's ass. He won't run like Pretty Boy Shakur. I don't believe he would run either. I believe he's standing there and try to drop some bombs on that man. You know, Gil Cole says, we doing some moving now. Said Keyshawn made $500,000 to 1.2 versus Belichick on pay-per-view. Okay. So with that being said, I'm still trying to help you make an argument of, you know, you saying, wait a minute, you saying he made $500,000 to 1.2. So you saying that Edwin De Los Santos should get somewhere in between that, $500K and 1.2? If that's the case, you know, I would agree with that. To see them go out there and get it. Let's get it on. You know what I'm saying? Keyshawn and Shakur got exposed this weekend for avoiding tough fights. They really are brothers. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That boy Hyphy is not gonna let it rest tonight. Hey Hyphy, if you ain't gonna let it rest, you know, do what you do. I can put up some shields as much as I can. You know how I am. I'm the man that protects the fighters on both sides when people try to seem like they going a little hard on them. And when I look up and I see my big brother that stepped into the building, Ernest Davis, but we don't call him that, a.k.a. Texas Timbo, Manny Draperlin, Maestro, cold ass producer when it comes down to it. My big bro, my favorite producer of all time. What's going on, man? Glad you made it into the building. Always glad to see family slide in and have some fun. So, going back to Hyphy saying Keyshawn and Shakur brothers. Let's just break this brother thing down. We brothers. They won't fight each other. But then I'm hearing people saying now that the conversation is one of them saying that they would fight. Keyshawn and Shakur already said Keyshawn will be moving up out of that weight division sometime in the future, pretty sure. So them fighting each other is not happening. I did hear Shakur say in an interview before that him moving up is not really in the plans for him all that soon. So if they can keep them separated long enough for Keyshawn to go ahead and move up, they might not do that fight. But I hear you saying, I hear what you're saying, Hyphy, saying that they got exposed. I can't say that they did get exposed because your boy DeCane, who is a very good mind when it comes to boxing and laying down some good facts about what he thinks going to happen in the fight, usually comes through. When the man says that Keyshawn is going to beat De Los Santos' ass, that's what he said. That's what he said. You know, I'm not making it up. I'm putting it right there on the screen for you. Right there it says it. Keyshawn would beat Edwin's ass. He won't run like Pretty Boy. See how he did that? He gave Keyshawn some shine and then he shot a little dig in at my boy Shakur for fighting the way he fights. But he winning. And, you know, can't take that away from him. So with that being said, I still having a hard time letting you get away with saying they ducking. Because the boy AI Music said Keyshawn to handle De Los Santos. Maybe De Los Santos know that he gonna get beat by Keyshawn, and maybe he's saying, you know what? If I gotta go out there and get my ass beat like I know it's gonna happen, it ain't gonna be a fight like it was with Shakur, because I knew Shakur wasn't gonna really engage with me. I was gonna, you know, he was gonna be running around, pot shot me trying to get away, and I probably wouldn't be able to catch him. But this ain't that. Keyshawn probably gonna step to me, throwing a jab, going to the body. He's real good at that. Catching me slipping when I open up and catch me to the head. You know what I'm saying? These things could happen. And maybe he's saying, you know what? If I got to go through that, I need to be compensated. Maybe that's all he's saying. I don't know. But right now, Hyphy, you kind of losing. Kind of losing though. Let me see, who else we got to pick on? Oh, let me go ahead and say it because I don't know if I said it in the beginning because I'm a little buzzed. No. Champ Raw's Boxing League. That's right, Champ Raw's Fantasy Boxing League. If you think, and you knew, and you hear my voice, and you never been in the boxing league, but you say you can handle your business, Champ Ross has been around for over 4 years. That's right, he got longevity. There's over 100, that's right, over 100 people that participates in his league. He gives cash prizes for first, second, and third place. All you gotta do is pick the fight. If it's gonna be unanimous, if it's gonna be split decision, majority decision, draw, knockout, you know, you pick these things and you get prizes. Like I said, the man has been around for over 4 years. The league has longevity. It is not fake. All those other fantasy leagues that you might be in, if you're not getting the competition like that, go over to Champ Ross and have some fun. Now, with that being said, we're going to get back on some things. I didn't cause it blank. I ain't seen nobody except for Gil Coles. Let me ask y'all. Hey, AI Music, DeCane. Now that Keith Thurman and Tim Tszyu has gotten through their problems, do you foresee Keith being able to keep up the run that he's on by coming out surprising people and beating them after being gone for so long? This would be a fight if they make it and get it inked, because I believe it was Gil Coles, one of them that said that it was Hyphy, said that the fight had already been pretty much preordained as long as they both got through their competition. Do you think Keith can pull it off again? And when we're talking about ducks and stuff like that, y'all know I'm a fan of Tszyu Bivol. But I'm hearing that he's going to be relinquishing the title of Undisputed by giving up the WBC belt, which I believe and I'm understanding that they're going to elevate David Benavidez to that belt, and he will be the champion. Now, would you consider that a duck? Because I'm understanding that there's a trilogy in the makings for Beterbiev and Bivol. And Bivol was trying to be a man of his word to have that that trilogy fight. People gonna say that he's ducking Benavidez, but I'm thinking he's just trying to keep his word to have the trilogy. If he pulls off the trilogy, I'm pretty sure, I'm willing to believe that he will turn his sights on Benavidez to become undisputed again. It has happened to undisputed champions before. Even when there wasn't 4 belts, Muhammad Ali ended up losing his belt because he gave a rematch, I believe, to Sonny Liston, and they had stripped him of one of his belts. He beat Liston the second time, and then he had to go on beat that other guy to get his belt back and be undisputed again, if my memory serves me correctly. My brother, AI Me Some Music, he says, to be honest, man, I haven't seen Keith's last fight. I can give you an honest opinion after I see that. Well, let me give you a little bit on it. You know, Keith went out there and looked good. He went out there and beat the dude up. Caught him with a hook. Let me see. Left hook, right hook, uppercut. Old boy hit the floor. Keith turned around, threw his hands up like he was the man. Like he had never been nowhere. But you give it a shot and let me know an honest opinion after you get a chance to see it. But yeah, with the question that I said about the Bivol thing, I don't think that's a duck, which some people are going to try to put it on him like that because he wants to have he wants to have that trilogy fight with Better Biv, which in my opinion is a fair thing to do, especially if it was already in the workings. Let the sanctioning bodies do what they must when it comes down to it, which they are going to do what they do. You know what I'm saying? Better be Benavidez turn into a champion at with the WBC. All he gotta do is defend it and see what happened with Bivol and Better Biv. But until then, when he becomes a champ, go beat up somebody. That's all I can say. He said, especially after they were the ones. Wait a minute. Let me get this here. Marcio Suleiman claims he got some kind of cold and impersonal email from Bivol's lawyer. I don't know what he even means by that. But he can't be surprised if Bivol doesn't want to deal with him. I don't know what that could mean either. You know, what could Bivol, I mean, what could Bivol's lawyer have been said? You know, I wouldn't think it's a big deal. You know, like I just gave the Muhammad Ali situation. It's happened before. Maybe, man, I can't even speculate on that. You know, you just hit me with something that, you know what I'm saying? But I can understand if he came out, he giving up information that we shouldn't be privy to. I don't think we need to be knowing about what his lawyer said to him. But I'm willing to think, I'm going to keep it on a good note, or try to keep it on a positive note and say, I think that he, wait a minute, before I say keep it on a positive note, he said, especially after they were the ones blocking Undisputed because him and Better Be, now that comes a little clearer to me. I get what you're saying. Because at one point, didn't they say that they wasn't letting them fight because of that situation that was going on in Russia? That had kind of slipped my mind for a little bit. Dang, okay. That makes sense why he might say, you know what, forget this belt. They can't take Undisputed from him. He has been that. And if you strip him, that's not beating him. So, like I said, you can't take Undisputed from him because he's already did that. He and Arthur. So, let him go ahead and have his trilogy. And if he say forget the WBC and he hold the rest of the belts, and only thing that'll suck about that is that it kind of frees Benavidez out. That's the only bad I can see out of it as far as all of that stuff going on, but it is what it is. Dang, you brought up something good. I forgot all about the Russian situation. You made me think about that. Yeah, bro, the WBC wouldn't let their belts be on the line. They were blocking the fight until Turkey came into the picture. Wow. Boy, you bringing it to me tonight, but I appreciate that, bro. I do remember the Russian situation. I do remember them being not putting their belts on the line, but hell, I thought that was gone already. I thought that left with the situation of politics, even though with the situation of politics, they crazy as a bag of cats out there. But I feel you. Ever since Turkey came into the picture. Well, money make you do strange things, but especially when it comes out fast. But dang, that's messed up. Like I said, the only bad thing really to me out of it is it's gonna mess up the trajectory for David Benavidez. He'll be pretty much just fighting to defend, unless something happens where somebody can unask Bivol if he beats Benavidez, and vice versa. If somebody can go whoop them and take the belts from them, that's not of Russian descent. That's the only thing that can happen to help Benavidez. Unless, Bivol, like I said, wins and turns around and say, you know what, I want to be undisputed for the second time, and gives it a shot like that. But I just wanted to bring it up because I know so many people are going to say that Bivol is ducking because they heard the conversations of so-called Benavidez beating him up in sparring and all this kind of stuff. You know how the sparring wars and conversations go. And I just want to go ahead and get my thought out there before everybody starts making that assumption that the man ducked. We got hyphy all over Keyshawn and Shakur saying they cherry pickers. He even said, because you came to the conversation a little late, he even said TBC had cherry picked Earl. But I gave TBC a good defense because Earl put himself out there and trying to be an Iron Man and not want to take a soft touch after the accident and the eye situation. You feel me? That's right. What else we got? Y'all hit me with something. Let me know what's going on. Matter of fact, I can light this up real quick. And while I do that, once again, I got to keep letting you guys know that my boy, Legit Born, under the banner of Track Titans, has dropped a new song called Back and Forth. You can check it out on the page, as you can see, and it's on all streaming platforms. So go ahead and add it to your jamming collection. You riding in your car, you working out. With that being said, we're going to go ahead one time and hit you with Professional while I get this one lit up. I'll be right back after I choke a little bit. This here is Professional by my brother, Obese.
She handle it. Shorty a flame, but she handle it. Cutie and slim with a lot of thick. Soft to the touch, but she hard as shit. She got a 9mm with custom grip. Hollow tip ammo, extended clip. Needless to say, she don't play no games. Keep her head on the swivel so she don't slip. She smoking Cubana with Colombiana with similar traits but different persona. Lil' mama don't mess with no drama, she snipe. These niggas that play to get slay call her karma, killer, assassin. Her passion is realer than those who don't feel it. That's why she much iller. She in her lifestyle, so out with the play. She don't fuck with vanilla. Ice cream, nigga, ice cream. When she use vice grips in the icing. Clutch, mistress on the night scene. Everything that she do is enticing. She control the bag by any means. That's a lot of inches to the bag full of weed. Rose petals on the floor, table full of weed. Why them ghetto bitches put their hands on their knees? She a boss. Sexy ass smile, but her aura strong. For her theme music, you hear this song. Anything different, you hear it wrong. The bottoms are savage by Fenty on. Waist hanging jeans and a peaking thong. Coming down the block just jingling like it's Friday and you see Miss Nia Long. She got her money, don't mess with the funny. The broker, the bummy. These niggas that claim that they eat, but they hungry. Accounts are sufficient. They fishing for honey while holding they tummy. She got goals to accomplish. Bonnie without Clyde, no accomplice. Miss Independent on a conquest. Guilty as charged, no contest.
But Gonna handle all the business. Pro, make sure you know she go. Gonna handle all the business.
And we are back. I have found the situation that Decane had brought up of Suleiman, and it reads as this. I have just received a cold and impersonal notification from Dmitry Bivol's lawyer, Patrick English, with arguments that are so ridiculous that I'd rather not discuss, informing the WBC that Dmitry Bivol has decided to relinquish his WBC light heavyweight championship. We wish Bivol success and hereby confirm David Benavidez as WBC's World Light Heavyweight Champion. Well, there it is, right there. My boy Decane put it out in sight. I went and found it. Appreciate that, Decane. So we know what's going on and how it's going. And oh my goodness, look who just slid in the building. My brother D-Lo 404 Boxing, the voice of reason. The man who makes you think about the situations outside of the box. Hyphy pulled one of your moves tonight. Hyphy pulled one of your moves tonight and threw something out there to make us look outside of the box when it comes to cherry picks of a certain fighter being a cherry pick at one time and not at another time. That's a good conversation for another time. And he said, Hyphy patrolling peace. Shakur exposed Turkey for being a liar and going back on his word. Turkey is a crook in disguise, and he must, wait, what? Be a racist too? Why was he, wait a minute. That's a lot to digest right there, Hyphy. You done pulled out the R card. I don't even know why. The liar part, I can kind of, work with that. And let's go right into it. Shakur did say that the money wasn't right, or the money wasn't the same as what they brought to him. Something in the situation may have changed. You know how they say, yesterday's prices ain't today's prices. I don't know what's going on. A liar going back on his word is one thing. People do change their mind. Crook in disguise, I don't know what exactly is he stealing. What exactly has he stole? Put on some good fights. We were satisfied about that. At the time that the fights were being put on, people were all ecstatic about the money they were getting and making it happen. My boy D-Lo said, I will rewind it back and listen to it. Oh, he must gonna be out tonight. He can't ride too long. He gave us the fights that we wanted, and no fighters pretty much had complained about not getting paid. Everybody was talking about going over there getting some of that turkey money, going to get some of that turkey money. Right on here on this channel, Trey X brought it up. Our brother, he was like, "Shit, Turkey gonna get somebody messed up, effed up, going out there chasing that money." Some people need to think before they run out there and jump out there in those streets trying to get paid. What went wrong with Shakur and everything, I have no idea. But it is the thing. I don't know, Hyphy, I don't know about the racist part, man, because, he worked with Bud. He say, the way he got behind Bud kind of bucks the racism accusation, though. That's what I'm saying. He brought Bud. Bud's favorite rapper is Eminem. And they got Eminem to come out for. Am I tripping? Am I tripping? Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe that's not the fight. I'm doing too much. My mind is all over the place right now. All I know is I can't say that I think Turkey is a racist. I just can't say that. I read it for you because you put it on the screen, and I had, that's what I do. But at the same time, the argument for it is I don't believe he's a racist. You can accuse him of being a fibber and going back on his word because, we've heard him change his mind about some things and some people. But this is business, and we have to see how it all lines out. Hip-hop #1 that came into the building. Salute to everybody listening again tonight. We're glad that it came on up in the house. Pull up a seat, put your feet up, grab a drink, let's ride. You know what I'm saying? So I have to agree with my boy AI and Music and say the way he got behind Bud, you know, that kind of knocks that racist accusation out the way. You know, it kind of bucks that system. You can't say that. Well, nah. Bud's favorite rapper isn't Eminem. Laughing out loud. Eminem's favorite boxer is Bud, and he asked to walk Bud out. That was also the PBC show. Okay. I screwed up and said Bud's favorite rapper is Eminem. See that either way. And okay, PBC got down with that. That wasn't part of the oh shoot. Who is that I see just came into the building, man? Oh man, he walking up right now. My boy, our brother from another mother just came into the building dressed clean, dapper, and Dan. The man that can call frogs from whales. That's right, I said it. Have you sitting at the edge of your seat, sweating, chewing popcorn, watching the fight as he calls it blow for blow. Trey X is in the building. What's up, man?
Salute to everybody in the chat. Yeah, salute to you for getting back up in the Champ Ross this season. Go ahead and get that 0.5 off your back. You know what I'm saying? Show us what you made of and shit, man. I'm glad to see you up in there. So we got to see it, man. You know, I'll be wishing we all be up in there, but you know, like people like the Kane, he did everything but win the motherfucker. He got like second place, could have won first. Napoleon Armstrong, he got like third. Joseph Brown, I think he got third. So I ain't really tripping on them not being up in there because they done already came and showed who they are. You know what I'm saying? So we got to see you get that 0.5 up off your back, man. So welcome back, my brother, man. But salute, man. It's like a boxing weekend, boxing holiday weekend, huh? We got Boots Ennis versus Stan Jonas and shit. Hell, I'm excited.
More than excited. I'm ecstatic. I think my boy. Yeah, I'm back. Gil Coles. He said, OG back in Champ Ross. I smell smoke. But smell it then. Right now, you probably smelling some Blue Dream. That's what you're probably smelling. Inhale deeply, because I'm back. I ain't looking for no soft touch. I'm coming right back. I'm ready for some smoke.
Yeah.
My dancing partners together. I'm over here doing the Muhammad Ali shuffle right now. I'm sitting down doing it, but I'm doing it. Man.
They just to make sure they're your picks, right?
Oh, come on now.
I just gotta make sure.
I knew that one was gonna come. I had the bat already ready, not to swing. I said, it's gonna come. It's coming fast. No, that's all me there, baby. That's all me.
All right, that's what's up, man. You already been talking about the Stan Jonas and Boots fight?
No, I haven't touched on it totally at all. I just brought up the names, you know what I'm saying? I was going through the what I put up as a title about TM2 going out there whooping Joey Spencer, who, here's the thing, bro. The day before I went to work, early before I went to work that day, because I had to do a lot of work, I saw the last fight that Joey Spencer had lost. He brought back to my memory. His dad threw in the towel. And I'm like, his dad don't really give him a chance to fight through adversity to see if he can even come out of it. But this fight, I can't blame him. He was all puffed up and swole, black and blue. And he pretty much got beat up.
Yeah, we had bet on that motherfucker Joey Spencer just out of respect for the pedigree scale. But on the Champ Ross, I had took Tim Tszyu by knockout in KO 5. Missed that shit by one round. Like, damn, they could have let him make it to the next round. I needed them little bonus points, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, Joey Spencer just one of them guys, man, that got the deep amateur background. He had 100 fights. He was 90-10. He fought at the junior AIBA World Championships. He had like 9 national championships, but he just ain't panning out in the pros, man. It be like that sometimes. I done seen quite a few guys, and plus, he got that stamp put on him by Hyphy. And when Hyphy put a stamp on the motherfucker, I have noticed that he be right a lot of the time. Like he said, man, he say Joey Spencer ain't got it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm looking at amateur background, all that, but he say with the eye test, he ain't got it. And it's showing. And like his last fight was a majority decision against a guy that I think he should have beat. Like the dude did fight on the national level, but he shouldn't have been no competition to Joey Spencer, in my opinion. So when I look at him with Tim Tszyu, I gotta say, like Tim Tszyu, he has higher highs than Joey Spencer. You know, he gonna go out there and beat national champions and shit like Terrell Gaucher. He gonna go out there and beat a solid 3 like a Tony Harrison and shit like that. Joey Spencer ain't showed us that, and it looked like he might not show us. You know what I'm saying? So I'm disappointed in the guy. I was pulling for him, put a little bet on him. We got 4-1 odds and all that kind of shit, and it was a straight up dud.
I agree with you on that one. I was going back and forth with myself because I wanted to pull the bet, but I didn't. I went on and rolled with it. And when he lost, I was like, look at this motherfucker. I knew I should have went on and pulled the bet, but I rolled it out. Keeping my word, like I said I would. I got the fights listed so you would be able to see them if you could see the screen. That way, you know, when you decide you want to go through the fights, we got them lined up and ready to go. And since we already jumped on it, Jaron Ennis and Amanda Stanionis, which we see on the screen, 33 and 29 knockouts for Ennis, and Stanionis only 15 and 9. But I don't want people to think that, you know, that's gonna be no cakewalk for this boy Boots. I still think Amanda Stanionis gonna bring some drama. And I'm going out on a limb and say I think he might beat Boots, man.
Before we get off into this, man, I got to say one thing before it leave my mind, because you got me thinking about how we did this past weekend. And like overall, like I know we lost to Joey Spencer bet, but we did have Richard Torres Jr. by decision over Guido Vianello, so that was good for us. And we also had what the fuck was that other bet we had, man? We had 1 or 2 of them that was pretty solid. We had Lindolfo Delgado over Elvis Rodriguez. He really could have lost that fight, but we had the politics factored into that shit. But what kept us from having an outstanding day was the damn David Adelaide versus Jimmy Shikiva, TKV is what they call him. Yeah, man, and this is the second time we done had some controversial bullshit go on with the referees in the UK. Last time it was Paddy Donovan versus Lewis Ritson. And now we just got beaten ass by another referee over there across the pond with this fight right here. The bet we had was David Adelaide by decision, and we had it hedged with TKV just to win on the money line. And I thought TKV was putting a boxing lesson, giving him a boxing lesson, putting that jab on him, getting his head off the line like Michaela Mayer in her last fight, where she getting her head off the line, firing that jab up the middle. I thought he was giving that boy a boxing lesson. And he got stopped on some bullshit. They got in the clinch. The referee yelled break twice and loud. And he grabbed the man's glove, like, you know, he physically breaking him. And then this motherfucker Adelaide hit him with the left hook and fucked him up real bad. And the referee gonna start counting. And that was some straight up BS, man. I'm still hot about that. You know, that cost us the bet. And at the same time, it wasn't right for TKV. Because I thought he was doing a good job in the fight. You know, he was being first. Like I said, he had the most dominant jab and shit. I know Adelaide's strong and he can catch you at any time, but make him earn it, though. Don't let him get it cheap like that. The referee clearly yelled break twice. And they fucked that man over. You know what I'm saying? So Hyphy always like to point out the controversy. Let's point out the controversy with the referees across the pond because they on that bullshit over there. All right, well, now we can get to the Boots in this fight. I had to just get my rant in real quick. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Hip Hop #1 in the building. I wanted to throw this out there. He said, Tim's still exciting fighter and good offense, but he still took some shots in the first round coming forward. Ramos Jr. looking sharp lately. I think he's a nightmare matchup for him at the moment. Well, I'm thinking that he's supposed to be getting ready to face one time. I'm thinking that's the fight that they're getting ready to try to make on that.
Yeah.
And Gil Coles agreed with you too. He said the ref did TKV dirty.
Yeah. What he was talking about with Ramos, salute to you, by the way, my boy Hip Hop #1. Salute to everybody, man. Gil Cole, Ride X, the champ, all y'all motherfuckers. But what the fuck I was about to say? What were you talking about again? I'm on this weed, man. My bad. We talking about Tim Tszyu and Keith Thurman. Yeah, that's the fight that they've been building because Keith Thurman was talking about that fight before his last fight. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to Jesus Ramos, I think he gonna be the president of the Who Needs Him Club. He done already went out there and took an unexpected loss. It might have been an unfair loss when he lost to Erickson Lubin. I actually thought he won the fight. My nigga D-Lo thought that Lubin won fair and square though, so I leave a little bit of credibility on the table for it, you know what I'm saying? But I think Ramos won the fight. But he a southpaw, he big for the division. I think they're gonna put him in that list, man. We don't need him. What the fuck we need the young southpaw tough Mexican fighter, throw a lot of punches, get motherfuckers up out of there. He come from a fighting family and he done took a loss and shit already. I don't think he gonna get a lot of opportunities. I hate that to say that, but that's just what I see. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the point has been made about lefties and not being able to get shots because of the fact that they lefties and they need to convert to being righties so they can get fights. I remember you telling that story. D-Lo say the ref was trying to help Torres get a KO as well. Salute family, sorry I'm late. I was checking y'all out on the Shadow Band account. What's going on, Eric? Glad you in the house. And I missed RX, the champ. What's going on, RX?
Salute Eric R, man. He the only person from the block found that came to show something this past season in the Champ Rose. He got 9th place, top 10 finish, national champion status. The rest of us, we were some bums. But he went out there and held it down, man. Salute to Eric R. Oh yeah, salute to hip hop number 1 too. I mean, he ain't really just like straight block fan, but we fuck with him tough though. You know what I'm saying? We've been fucking with hip hop number 1 for a while, like shit, some years. You know what I'm saying? And he was up in there. He finished real high up in the Champ Ross. I don't know what place it was, but I think he got number 10. I think he just barely edged it out and got top 10. But that's good, man. National champion. Held it down. You know what I'm saying?
Congratulations, hip hop number 1. Salute to you.
Yeah.
Shoot, I saw a comment about Boots. Adelaide was poor. I think he threw 60 punches before the stoppage. He gonna get a boxing lesson soon. Salute to Trey X.
Yeah, man. I thought he was getting a slight boxing lesson then. I mean, don't get me wrong. The star of the show was the jab. It ain't like he was coming back with something off the jab and making it look pretty. But he was able to hit him and not get hit. And I thought he was doing just enough to edge the rounds out. I didn't think he was just going out there and putting a Pernell Whitaker on the motherfucker, nothing. But I did think that he was being effective enough to where he was winning the rounds, minimizing the damage. He was being first. I think it was good enough to have the to give you the impression that he winning. And I think the judges will see it like that too, man. And he got caught off on some bullshit, some controversy. You know what I'm saying? Well, you know, it is what it is. And David Adelaide, he know what's up because he said that's the way I lost my fight against Fabio Ward. You know what I'm saying? I got hit on the break and all that shit. But yeah, they need to tighten up in the UK with the refs. For real.
Yeah, UK. Well, that's how they do it over there, I guess. Speaking of Stanionis and Boots, according to Enos and Stanionis' common opponent, Delorme, Enos has way more power. He went 12 with Stanionis and didn't last 1 with Enos. Stanionis can also be predictable. He could get stopped.
Who said that?
That's the Kane.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say because I'm real big on looking at the common opponents, and I can't help but notice the motherfucker got stopped in 1 against Enos, and then he went 12, like he said, with Stanionis. I did notice that when I was looking at the data. You know what I'm saying? So I got to lean towards Boots Ennis. And then at the same time, I mean, it kind of got me thinking maybe like on a smaller scale, but like what D-Lo was talking about with Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford. He was like static and dynamic. And like, we know what this motherfucker Stanionis gonna come. I call him, he like the big fundamental to me. Like, I don't know if it's a more fundamental boxer in the game. Keep his hands up good, a little bit of bobbing and weaving. He upstairs and downstairs with it, change levels, Got a jab that's what? ABA. That's what D-Lo made me stretch last time. Cause I always say he go from straight from A to B, but now he go from A to B, then he bring it back to A. Sometimes he do step in real hard with his jab and get the weight on the front foot and shit. That ain't really good, but for the most part, he is very fundamental. And when it comes to like the fighter that can do something that you don't expect them to do, it'll be Ennis. And this motherfucker Stanionis coming at high guard. We know Ennis got the long ass arms, man. He can throw these shots around the guard and be landing some shit. He might even hit him with a Thomas Delorme-esque type of punch where you hit the motherfucker almost in the back of the head, but it's still kind of legal, like where he hit him. I can see him landing them type of shots. I can also see Stanionis bringing a very tough fight to him. I mean, we did put a bet on the fight just out of respect for the pedigree scale. You know, it's a 4 going against a 3.5. A man that was 58-3 going against somebody that was 141-19, Olympian and all that kind of stuff. So I'm gonna give him some respect. And I do feel like this could potentially be an opponent that brings some shit that Ennis ain't never seen, like as far as the intensity and the dedication and the high work rate and the general toughness and shit that Stanionis bring. But I think that Ennis, I think he got enough dynamics in his game that he can hit Stanionis with some shit that he not expecting. I think Stanionis got a good chin, but Ennis is the type of guy that can hit you with something that you don't see coming. And we done seen him do this. Like he hit Castillo Clayton with some shit. He didn't see that shit. When he hit Thomas Delorme, he didn't see that shit. It was some wild looking shit, like a unique looking punch that he hit the motherfuckers with. So I think it's a chance that he might land that shit on Stanionis. But we're gonna see though, man. May the best man win. I can't wait for this fight.
Can't either. And the thing that's got me leaning towards Stanionis over Boots, I understand Boots' dynamics and everything like that, and I like the fact that Stanionis is so fundamentally sound. I like the way he works behind his jab, and he constantly brings pressure. I'm looking at the fact, the thing that's bearing the most for me is Boots' mental. You know, like I said, I've seen him get frustrated in his last 2 fights, and frustration is not something that sits well with him if that happens to him and he has a mental lapse in the fight with Stanionis. I think Stanionis will be able to take advantage of that. And that's what I'm looking to see. If Boots can prove me wrong and show that his mental can stay up under that kind of up under the pressure that Stanionis is possibly going to bring, which I hope he does bring, so I can see what Boots really does. That'll be the telling point for me. His mental, will he mentally stay focused, and his corner, because you know his corner didn't have a good grade the last 2 fights either. So everybody's got to come up in this. I think Stanionis stands a good chance to pull this off by going 12 and probably pulling a split decision.
I mean, I can see it. Don't get me wrong. That's why we had enough respect for Stanionis to put a little bet out there. But in the Chan Ross, I'm taking Jerron Ennis. You know,
Okay.
Yeah, just as far as that, the common opponent, man, that's been very powerful for me. Like in the last few years or seasons, or like when we making bets and shit. Like for example, we took Sandy Ryan. We took Michaela Mayer over Sandy Ryan because of the common opponent. Matter of fact, I lost the goddamn Champ Ross championship because of a common opponent with that Julio Cesar Martinez fight when he fought that Spaniard, Cordova or some shit like that. I can't even remember his name. But it just a whole bunch of situations where I see that common opponent, man. That shit is very powerful, bro. And one of them, he couldn't even stand around with this man. And the other guy, he got him up out of there. And then I've seen Ennis against other guys like Juan Carlos Abreu. He had went the distance against Conwell, Charles Conwell at 154. And I just thought that was very telling. You know, the dude get out of there in 6 rounds against Ennis, but when he fight Charles Conwell, he go the distance. So it is something special about Ennis as far as his offense he put on you. He's a beat your ass fighter. That is something that might can get him into trouble this fight though. Like we saw another beat your ass fighter, that the young guy that I like at 135, Abdullah Mason. He got dropped a few times a couple of fights ago because he'll beat your ass fighter. He willing to step to you and really try to beat the brakes off you. He really ain't trying to set shit up and look smooth and look cool. He trying to go out there and beat the hell out you. And that's how Ennis is. You know, that's why his pops be looking for knockouts and shit, man. They coming to throw a combination, then come right back with a combination. Then come right back with a combination. Then get on the jab a little bit. Then come back with a combination. Like that's how he fight. It ain't no set traps and all that kind of shit. This might be a fight that he needs to set traps, though. That's why I am kind of worried about him as far as that. I don't know if Stanionis is the kind of guy that you can just walk to him and whoop his ass. You might have to put some science out there on the motherfucker. Get him out of position. Feint the motherfucker. Because Stanionis, you can get him out of position with feints. So I do think he gonna have to put some textbook type of shit off into his arsenal this time. I don't know if he gonna be able to just walk to him and just beat the hell out of him. But I think he got the talent though. You know, like if I look at his talent, I think it's excellent. If I look at Stanionis' talent, I think it's very good. And I call him the big fundamental because, like, if you go to a boxing gym, they pretty much gonna teach you how to fight like Stanionis. Like if you do everything they tell you to do at the gym, keep your hands up and all this shit, you gonna fight like Stanionis. So that's why I call him the big fundamental. But we gonna see though, man. It's gonna be an outstanding fight.
That boy Eric all say Bivol is his big fundamental. And he say I always wanted to pronounce it Stanley Onus. Now it's Stanionis. Come on, baby. That's who I'm pulling for this week coming up when they fight. He said Mason got dropped twice by throwing uppercuts with his backhand both times. Silly shit.
Yeah.
I think it was, I was watching him, I think it probably was his closest fight where he had let himself get caught throwing something dumb. He didn't get dropped, but he did correct it in the fight. So I can see that he is learning. And he did come out and say he was trying to, he was wasting his time trying to put everything he had behind it to get rid of the guy. And he learned his lesson from that too. I like to hear that coming from the youngster.
And I normally talk a lot about like layoffs and shit. And Stanionis, he ain't been the most active. But I think what I'm noticing is that the more complex your game is, the more that the layoff affects you, like as far as your timing and shit. Like if you're a fighter that make people miss by an inch, your timing needs to be on point. But if you like Stanionis and you just got your hands up, a little bit of head movement, and you step into the motherfucker behind a stiff jab, I don't think it requires you to be as finely tuned as somebody that's more complex. I think he's simple enough to where he can come off a layoff and come with something. In his last fight, it was a straight up war against the Gabriel Maestre. That's a 4.5 on the scale. Motherfucker went out there and knocked Trayvon Marshall out about 2 rounds. Hey, y'all notice I'm doing better with the names tonight?
Yeah, you on point with it. Like
I'm on point with the names tonight. But that was a war right there. And that's something that's gonna be interesting. Like if it turns into a war like that, how is Ennis gonna react to it? So far, he done showed me a pretty good chin. But hey, you never know, a motherfucker be able to land 15, 20 punches on you in a round or something. We don't know how you gonna react to that. But it's a chance that this could be a straight motherfucking war.
It would be lovely. I think it'd be a war, but with skill. It'd be a nice high skill match. Now, speaking of big fundamentals, I have to ride with him. Tim Duncan was the big fundamental in the pros, and he was hard to deal with. I'll take a dude that's hard to deal with. Yeah, you got the flash in the pants and all that kind of stuff. But I have noticed a lot of times the guy that's heavy with the fundamentals his fundamentals usually end up throwing a wrinkle somewhere in the game of the person with the flash and dash. And the only weakness, the chink that I see for Boots, is the point that he gets frustrated. That's rides with me because it happened in 2 fights back to back. And that's what I keep harping on it for. Other than that, I know the dude got skills. I know he can catch him, but for some reason, Stanionis and his y'all notice I can't say stuff tonight? His fundamentals. I think that's what's gonna get us over the edge, and we're gonna pull it.
I can kind of understand the frustration that Ennis had against Chuka John. Because Chuka John got 220 amateur fights, motherfucker, from the Ukraine, got all kind of outstanding footwork. And that can frustrate you. You used to knocking people out, people expecting you to get the knockout. But this guy got enough toughness. He got enough savvy. Like if he get hurt, he gonna take a knee. Like he got enough to stay around. Like he can tie you up. He got good footwork. And then but you get the win though. So now we got to come back for a rematch. I done already beat the motherfucker every round down there. At least 11-1, 10-2. If you want to be real generous, but it's really like some 12-0, 11-1 type shit. Now I got to get up and fight this motherfucker again. And not only that, he don't come like he came the first time. He come to me like Chris Algieri when he had fought against Amir Khan. We thinking that he gonna use his footwork to move around and all that kind of shit, but the motherfucker gonna step to you real aggressively. He stepping to the line. And that's what Chuka John did in the rematch. Like you preparing for footwork and cutting the ring off and all that shit, but ain't none of that taking place. We got the man that's stepping to you tonight. He's stepping to the line. I can see how you could get frustrated. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't gonna hold that against him too much. You know, I think he got action at winning this fight. Like I said, I just think he's a bigger talent. But I had actually named this fight what you said, Fundamental versus Flash. That's what I've been thinking all this time. Fundamental versus Flash.
Well, we gonna see what happened. Hip Hop Number One said that guy who fought Mason at, this weekend had a death wish, laughing out loud. Wasn't a 5-star performance from Mason, but I'm a big fan still. You talking about what I was speaking on when he was saying that he was trying to get old boy out of there, which was a mistake. You don't go out there and just start swinging for the fences the whole fight. But hearing him say that he did learn that that's not how it's supposed to go and that don't work, it was a big plus for me hearing him say that, which lets me know not only is he learning on the fly, and that stuff stick with him enough for him to be able to speak on it in the interview right after the fight. A lot of fighters that I listen to aren't capable of doing that. And Eric all laughing.
Hey, but that opponent that he had, he been around the block a few times though. He a veteran. He done been in there with some tough guys, and plus that was a Southpaw versus Southpaw matchup, if I'm not mistaken. I think I remember seeing that Southpaw versus Southpaw. Mason's still a young fighter, so that's still like a new, not necessarily new, but like a wrinkle that's in the pro game that he ain't gonna see every day. Like how many Southpaw versus Southpaw matchups do you see? You know what I'm saying? So I ain't mad at Mason, man, getting some learning experiences up under him. And he got him out of there in 6.
I like it that he learning. Great. Let me know that his mind is open and still absorbing. Our boy DeCane said, "Hey Trey, write this strand of gas down. They got you remembering names tonight."
Now I'm gonna tell you what I think it is. I think it's this fucking green tea that I've been on, because you know that shit got caffeine in it, and I've been drinking that as pre-workout. It be having me fired up when I go to the gym and shit. I've been going hard off in there, man. I'm on a heavy bag going 12 rounds, and I get off that, get on the exercise bike and go 30 straight minutes. Then I'm going to the weight room. I've been on it. This motherfucking green tea, and it just seemed like it got me a little bit more sharper with the caffeine.
Okay, caffeine make me sleepy. I take some caffeine and go straight to sleep.
You know what that ADHD people be affected by caffeine like that.
Oh man, did he just slide me into the category with the ADH? Boots might have Eric said Boots might have learned something versus Karen at the right time going into this fight. Speaking about going in there against Stanionis, I don't know. We gonna see if he did learn. Great for him. Like I said, I just want to see that mental stay strong and not crack. That's all I really want to see out of Boots. If he can pull that off, I'm high on Stanionis. You know, I like I said, his fundamentals and everything. I'm a fan of both of them. But that night, I'm going with the fundamentals over the Flash and see what happens.
That's a good point that he made, though. It is good that he got some type of resistance before he get to this type of fight. because he did make the point. It ain't like he ever whooped somebody to win the belt. It was given to him. So this is really his first championship fight. Like, I know he done defended the belts, but I'm saying, like, this is his first time going into a championship fight where he got something like he can gain. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think it's good that he got some resistance before getting to this level.
Okay. Learning experience is coming. We're gonna see what's happening. My favorite troll is back. He said Brian Norman said he wants the winner of this next fight. No need for any other fights. Well, if they bringing all the belts together and becoming undisputed, then he would be next up, except for Mario Barrios, who y'all said they're gonna have to come with some real money in order for him to even get in the ring with them, because they trying to look at him as he's an easy champion to beat.
I respect it if he's serious, but I don't think he can beat now one of them. They're gonna go and put that out there. I am not a big believer in Brian Norman Jr.
So if Stanionis win, you don't think he gonna beat him or Boots?
No, I can't see him beating now one of them. I just see him make too many mistakes off in the ring, and it be fighters that should be way below him, and they look a little bit better against him than I think they should. Like Janice and Boca Chica, for example. You know what I'm saying? Like other fighters, they done beat him, fairly easily, I guess you could say. But he out there getting dropped and shit against Boca Chica, and it's a hard fight, and they cut up and all of this kind of crazy shit. I think he a good fighter, but I think he has lower lows than the other guys, than Stanionis and Boots. I think they got higher highs and he got lower lows.
I got a question. How do you think he is standing against LS Tucker?
Yeah, we talked about that last time. I would favor him to win the fight, but at the same time, I won't be surprised if LS Tucker go out there and put a right hand on him. I think he's susceptible to the right hand. And Azteca been around the block a few times. You know what I'm saying? He'd have been in there with good fighters. He's still close to his prime. I think that'll be a tough fight for him, but I would favor Brian Norman Jr.
That's who I said Brian Norman need to go and mess with before he started talking about Boots and Stanionis. But they ain't got to listen to me. MZ, they said, yeah, MZ Trey X put on the spectrum with me and the Get Fresh crew. Huh?
You talking about because you said you caffeine make you sleepy, and I said that's what ADHD people say. I don't know why I can't say that shit. But like they be hyper and shit, but when they drink caffeine, they get sleepy.
Okay.
You seem like you might be one of them scatterbrain type motherfuckers.
You know what? I do think my stuff be going around. I do have to slow myself down and focus. But once I get focused, your ass in trouble on everything I do.
All right, let's see if we're gonna be in trouble this season in this Champ Ross. That's what I'm trying to see.
I knew that was coming out. It's gonna be some problems. It's gonna be some problems. I'm shaking off the dust right now. I told you I've been over here doing the Ali shuffle. Even though I'm sitting, I'm still doing it.
Yeah.
Nice little... Man. So what else? What other fights you got? Cause we got that Brian Mendoza up there. I got the list up there for you tonight. I'm ready. You say had the fights ready to be looked at. I got them, baby. All of them.
Yeah, luckily Marlo had posted the fights and shit, man. That shit you got is little as hell. I can see it, but it got my eyes hurting, like really trying to read it.
Oh, well, I don't want to do you like that.
Yeah, I have to go look at it on Marlo page. Let me pull it up real quick. I mean, we got a day on the zone on Friday with a bunch of Cubans and shit. That's gonna be interesting. Julio Cesar de la Cruz, one of them bona fide five motherfuckers coming out of Cuba. He only got 3 fights. He going against this guy Dylan Prazovic. The guy that done been around having some fights, but I think he done got stopped like a bunch of times. So hopefully this will be like a showcase fight for De La Cruz. Go out there and get his ass up out of there. And then I don't know a lot about these guys, Lazaro Alvarez and Arden Lopez, but I do know that they Cubans and they got deep amateur backgrounds. This Musa Gollum dude, he done been around. Goddamn, we done picked him in the Chan Ross. It just slipped my mind who we got that one loss to. He going against Misael Vasquez. I think he kind of tough. He might go the distance. This Jordan White guy, he one of them. I think he got a one-punch check hook knockout last year, if I'm not mistaken. I think he the first guy to stop Misael Lopez, if I'm not mistaken. But he a pretty good fighter. And they got him going in there against a veteran in Jose Matias Romero. So that's going to be an interesting one. And then this guy, Stephen Shaw, he coming back. That's the heavyweight. That motherfucker that went out there and got stopped by Joe Goodall a couple of years ago. I think he got beat by F.A. Ajaba too by decision, if I'm not mistaken. He a 3.5 on the scale, you know what I'm saying? They trying to get him back in the mix. So I expect this will probably be like a showcase fight against this. I think this is a South African fighter. This Raphael, I ain't gonna even try to pronounce it. Well, I'm gonna try one time. Akpegiori or something like that. But that might be like a showcase fight. And then we got William Foster III getting back up in the mix. You know, he a solid 3 on the scale. But he done been around, man. He done fought some tough guys. Shit, him and De Los Santos went toe-to-toe up in that motherfucker fighting. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, William Foster III, he gonna get out there. He gonna go to Philadelphia and beat Avery Sparrow and all the motherfuckers. Yeah, so he got this guy Brandon Benitez. I can't remember a lot about him, but one thing I can say, this shit gonna be on Pro Box. So whoever he is, he probably tough as a motherfucker, man, because they don't have no punks come on Pro Box. If you go on Pro Box, you're gonna have to get your paper and you're gonna have to prove something. So then we got Fernando Vargas Jr. going up against this guy Gonzalo Correa. I guess it's like a step up for him if you want to say it, because the guy got a lot of fights. He got 30 fights. You know what I'm saying? But Vargas probably gonna go out there and knock the motherfucker out. I think he done been the Correa, he been stopped like twice. Out of them 7 losses, he been stopped twice. Then we got this Harold Calderon versus Josh Torres. I don't know a lot about them off the top of my head. Shane Mosley Jr. going against the DeAndre Pettis. That's gonna be a good one right there. Pettis might be underrated. He can fight a little bit. Shane Mosley Jr. been on the run, you know what I'm saying, winning fights and shit. Interested in that. Brian Mendoza coming back. That's one of the premier Iron Men in the game. One of the toughest motherfuckers there is in all the boxing. I still don't know how he went the distance against Serhii Boachuk. That motherfucker hit him with everything but the kitchen sink. And the referee looked like he wanted to jump in. Mendoza start coming back with something so he don't stop the fight. Just to prolong his own beating. The man is tough as they come. So they probably got him in like a showcase type of fight, try to get him back up in the mix. This next one right here, I am kind of interested in. This Matthew Guerrero versus Ephraim Bowie or something like that. We had picked Bowie before and we lost. We bet on him when he fought against Scrappy Ramirez and we lost the bet. But he a young guy, man. He started fighting when he was like 8 years old. He a national champion. This guy that he going against, he got a little amateur background too, but it ain't quite as extensive as Bowie. But I'm pretty sure they're gonna have Guerrero as the favorite though. You know what I'm saying? And I like that Bowie. Like he done took his lumps a little bit. Like he done fought Scrappy Ramirez, a way more developed and experienced fighter, and he went the distance. He didn't get knocked out, and he actually won a couple of rounds, especially early. He was coming in with the jab, coming back with the lead left hook on the motherfucker and shit. So he got some talent. Like I said, he's been fighting since he was 8. Of course, we got Jerron Ennis and Il Montes Stanionis. We already been talking about that. Another fight that I'm very interested in is Raymond Ford versus Thomas Matisse. Thomas Matisse is another one of them Iron Men. Like he extremely tough, gunner man. He gonna step in with that jab. If you come back with something, he can take your punches. He got the right hand. He gonna go to the body with the right hand. Sometimes he get a little bit out of control a little bit. I think that's what hurt him in his last fight when he had fought Rocky Hernandez. Like he tried to step in with the hook to the body, come back upstairs with the hook, and come back with the right hand. It was something like that. And then they had a clash of heads in the midst of this. But that was a fight that I felt like he could have won. As a matter of fact, I think we bet on that fight and lost. We had a hedge with the fight going the distance, and it didn't go the distance because he got stopped on cuts. We should have had a hedge with Hernandez by decision, and we would have won the hedge. You know what I'm saying? But Raymond Ford, man, 3.5 on the scale, been fighting at the top level, especially here recently. Very tough fighter, good fighter, talented fighter, skillful fighter. Got some pretty good power on his punches. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be a good one, man. Got to lean towards Ford, but if he was to stop Matisse, I would be very impressed. But I can't see it happening, man. Got to take Ford by decision. And then the last fight, we got this Arturo Popoca versus Christian Carto. Now, Popoca, pretty good fighter, man. He been on a little run here lately. Like he done beat some solid guys with like split decision and majority decision. This guy Christian Carto, he's 23-1, but that one stoppage was that one loss was by stoppage. He is a 3.5 on the scale too, and he lost to a motherfucker that had like 10 losses or something. Motherfucker, I think he was a southpaw. Hit him with a left hand right on the chin and dropped my man, and got him up out of there. But he a good fighter, like as far as his offense. He gonna step to you, he gonna throw punches, but he ain't got no head movement. His defense ain't that good. You can hit the motherfucker. Obviously, he'd have been knocked out already. You know what I'm saying? I would love to pick Carto because of his amateur background, but I gotta go with Popoca on this, man. I was thinking split decision or something, but I think I might go on and change it to knockout. Because this motherfucker Carto, you can hit him, man. Like if you, he one of them guys that's gonna get off on you, and then when you come back with something, he gonna wait till you get done, and he gonna come back with something. He ain't like a real big counter punch or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? He'll wait his turn type of fighter. And I think that Popoca got a little bit more than him. He keep his hands up good, little bit of head movement, put an angle on the motherfucker. He ain't gonna just stand right in front of you. Carto, he come in a straight line. Like he want to come and put some hard shots on it. And if you sit back in a high guard and let him get off, he gonna get off with some shit that look good. It's gonna look smooth. He gonna be going upstairs and downstairs on you. But Popoca don't fight like that though. Popoca, he be in a high guard, but he move his feet though. You know what I'm saying? He give you an angle. He used the whole ring, north, south, east, and west. So I think he's the better fighter, and I think he might be able to hit him enough to get him up out of there. But that's the little breakdown of the fights this week.
Great breakdown. I'm sitting here going, as you breaking them down, I'm looking at my picks in the Champ Ross, you know what I'm saying? And I'm feeling pretty good about myself after hearing the breakdowns and everything. So, the pedigree scale has served me well, I believe. My first week back, I'm feeling good. Feel like talking that talk, getting my ring walk stuff together. Yeah, I'm set, baby. I'm set. Hip Hop number one said, I'm interested in the Ford with the fight you was just talking about, the Ford fight. He says, if Ford manages to stop Matisse, that would be a statement. Like you said, it would be surprising. He said, I like Bell. Good. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say it ain't Matisse, it's Matisse. Okay, Thomas Matisse, Gunner Man.
Matisse.
Yeah, Matisse. Gunner Man. He tough, man. He one of them dudes that be like, they used to be on not Pro Box. What's that shit, man, they had on Showtime? Showbox. Yeah, he used to be on Showbox back in the day, fighting all the time, fighting against that damn, I can't even think of this motherfucking name. That's my first time, huh? He one of them Eastern European fighters. The first time they fought was a draw. They might have gave it to Matisse on a rematch or something like that. He also got a late knockout for us that won us a bet. I can't remember who that was, but we needed a late knockout, and he got a KO 10 to win a bet for us. You know what I'm saying? So I fuck with Matisse. I like Matisse. But I just think that Ford is on another level, though. He should go out there and beat him.
Yeah. He said, I like Bale, good fighter. Starting to put the KOs together breeds confidence. That's coming from Hip Hop number one. Eric R., he always got to put one in there. He said 2 or 3 more wins for Shane Mosley Jr., and he might pop up on Canelo's radar.
Yeah, he putting together a nice little resume right now, man. At least a resume that's good enough to make his father proud. It might not translate into no big fights or no championship for no big money or nothing like that, but his father probably looking at him feeling proud of him right now.
Hip Hop number one said, I'm not too sold on Mosley Jr. I see him in with a live dog soon. Mosley got hard. He's not like a pushover dude. You're not just gonna push him over and run him over. His pedigree as far as his bloodline goes, the boy got hard. You might look at him and think he might be a little soft, but I think the boy got some heart in him. He gonna fight.
He definitely got heart. But the thing is, he cursed, man. He got one of them all-star fathers, Hall of Famer, one of the best of all time, deep amateur background. Motherfucker had like 300 amateur fights, Olympic gold medal, if I ain't mistaken. But he didn't have his son on that path, though. Like Shane Mosley Jr. ain't had that amateur background. He pretty much learned everything he got on the job. He kind of remind me of Fernando Vargas, the way he got his boys, because Fernando was like that, deep amateur background, but his sons ain't got that shit. Them motherfuckers, they learning on the job too. They just very talented. You know what I'm saying? So I don't like when the Hall of Fame fighters with these deep backgrounds and shit, I don't like them doing their sons like that. You know what I'm saying? Let the motherfuckers go out there and learn in the amateurs, get some confidence from the amateurs, get some resiliency from the amateurs, and do it the right way instead of having a shortcut because they your child. So you know you can open some doors for them. They ain't got to get an Olympic gold medal. Just having your name gonna give them some attention and all that kind of shit. Fuck that. Make them motherfuckers learn and develop. You know what I'm saying? I was also thinking about Connor Ben too. Hell, Nigel Ben. I don't really know his amateur background or nothing. He might not have one. Maybe I'm tripping on him. But even if you don't have one, I think you should still make sure that your son has one. You know what I'm saying? That shit's very important. And I know he had a few fights. He had like 20-something fights. You know what I'm saying? But I'm talking about some real deal amateur background shit.
Something that you can learn and grow from. Eric R., you just make sure you stay off the juice this season. MZ. Right. Matisse tough guy. Oh, I can read it over here. Matisse tough guy. I can't see a knockout either. The ref soft as hell lately though. You think the refs are stopping fights too soon?
Yeah, that David Adelaide, he talking about that Patty Donovan too against that Lewis Ritson. Yeah, they've been tripping, man, costing us money and shit.
Look at this. I want to be your first call out, but I want Olympic style test for our fight. Call my
I ain't gonna lie, you see this picture in today, and I had a raised eyebrow because it had a whole bunch of extra on there. I had to cut off the fat to send the pics in. I was like, man, this motherfucker. Go ahead.
I took it straight off of the post that you gave, so I was like, yeah, let me just take it off here so they could see exactly where it's at, where it come from.
Okay. I was just making sure. I was looking to make sure I ain't see nobody else's name.
Now you see where I put what you put. But
yeah, all right. Yeah.
And let it be done. I already took my test home, boy. Eric all first up. You know what I'm saying? He ain't saying nothing. Trey X make it happen.
Yeah, that's why he ain't been in the Chan Ross. He been on suspension. But he done served his suspension, you know what I'm saying, for doping. He back in the mix. So yeah, let's give him a chance, man.
It's been proven that somebody has spiked my water.
We ain't hearing that shit. Nigga, you paid for your dope out your pocket. Nigga, you done left receipts, nigga. We done traced back the records. Yeah, you paid for that dope out your own pocket. So now we ain't gonna talk about somebody spiked your water and all that.
It was
absolutely not.
Wheatgrass.
Huh?
It was supposed to be wheatgrass. I didn't know. I didn't know it was coming with the strong stuff. But yeah, Eric, let it be known right now, right here. I'm standing on 10 toes down. I want Eric R., the dude that finished third. I took my test already. I done signed my contract. I'm waiting on you, homeboy.
I don't think he finished third. He finished ninth, but he a 3.5 national champion, though. And we always say a 3.5 can beat anybody up to a 5. That's why when he beat me in the Chan Ross, I wasn't tripping. I lost to a national champion. But I couldn't stand Gil Coles doing all that talking, so I had to go out there and put hands and feet on his ass last week. But I've been humble about it, though.
I just put hands and feet on it, but I've been humble.
Yeah, I didn't do as well in the Chan Ross as I would like, but at least I beat him. And I finished ahead of him in the Chan Ross. That's all I need.
I feel it. Hip Hop #1 said just a few weeks to being versus Eubanks. Yeah, they around the corner. Listening to those guys when they had they face to face, I was peeping it out because I'm interested in the fight. I learned a lot. I did not realize that Eubanks and his dad are not close, which really kind of bothered me. And listening to his dad talk about that he shouldn't have the fight and all this kind of stuff, he got a lot to go on when he stepped into the ring. He made the words that he would like to have his father in the corner. Conor Ben made the point that, his dad don't even like him, but when they got to opening up, even Conor Ben showed a little soft spot when he was like, damn, I wish you and your dad would get together. It kind of bothered me. But he seemed to be doing well in his career. But I can't imagine what it would be like to be longing to have a relationship with your father, especially when they're still alive and you guys are in the same sport that he's great for.
If D-Lo was here, he could talk about this shit a little bit better. But if I'm not mistaken, when they first were talking about this fight, Pops didn't like this shit because he didn't like his son having to go down and weight, catch weight type fight. This motherfucker been fighting at what, 168, 160 or something. He was fighting at 168. He was like, he a bigger guy and he got to come down and weight. And his Pops ain't like that shit. He wasn't behind this. You know what I'm saying? And I think he had the right to feel that way. Because overall, when I see fighters come down in weight, it don't turn out good for him most of the time. I know this guy has came down. I think he got a win over my guy, Callum Smith brother. Liam Smith. Yeah, Liam Smith. He got a win. I think Liam Smith got his ass back though. Or it might have been the other way around. Liam Smith knocked him out first or something like that. And then he came back and beat Liam Smith. So he just showed a little something. But overall, when you come down, man, it ain't good. I don't really know what weight they fighting at. If somebody in the chat tell me what weight class exactly that they fighting at. But I'm really looking at maybe out with the old, in with the new. This guy, he passed that 34 mark. We give you a lot of grace up to 34. But once you get to 35 and 36 and all the type of shit, we're a little bit tough on you. Unless you're fighting against somebody else that's 35, 36 or something like that. He fighting against a young guy full of piss and vinegar. He got some talent about him. He ain't got the amateur background I like, but he got talent though. I don't know if the experience is going to be able to overcome this guy because I think he just, he getting up there. 35 it's a big difference in boxing between 34 and 35. Only the special ones can make 35 and 36 look like 33 and 34. I'm talking about like a Terrence Crawford. I'm talking about like a Floyd Mayweather. I'm talking about like a Bernard Hopkins. I'm talking about the special ones. But most of the mere mortals, once you 24 to 34 is like when you at your absolute ass whooping prime. Then once you get past 34, shit starts declining. So we gonna see.
Yeah, you speaking on that. I also heard his dad saying that Eubanks is not a what was the word he used? He's not a reflex fighter. He's not going to be able to counter and stuff like that. He's going to be waiting to counter, and he feels like Conor Ben might be a little too fast for him. So I'm peeping out what you're saying. Eric R said, yeah, I don't like that these fighters don't have their kids come up the hard way. Speaking on when you were saying for Shane Mosley, they get to go through summer camp instead of actually going through the real knit and grit of learning through the amateurs. Yeah, bro. Yeah. I see you laughing.
And David say, what? Yeah, OG. Yeah. I told you stay out the way. When Gil Coles wanted to ask you for some walkout music, I said, don't even get involved in this one, OG. He had to come see the Wizards. I was locked in. I really should have got fourth place this past weekend. I know that ain't first, second, or third, but I should have got fourth. I fucked up by taking Lindolfo Delgado by split decision. I always pick majority decision, but for some reason I get fancy and take split decision and cost myself 7 points. Could have been in fourth place. But either way, I just had to get him.
You fancy, huh? You fancy, huh? You done got fancy on these boards.
Yeah, I got fancy with the split decision, man. I don't know what the hell made me do that shit. But I really, the reason I done that, though, is because I felt like Rodriguez was going to fight back. He a southpaw, that motherfucker Dominican. He the only person the second person to, he the second person to stop Victor Poster, but I think he the first person to legitimately stop him. I thought it was a premature PBC stoppage when he lost against Gary Antoine Russell. But when he fought against Elvis Rodriguez, Elvis put some shots on him and got him up out of there. I know he's gonna come fight. I was just thinking about the politics. Then Adolfo Delgado, he won gold at the Central American Caribbean Games, so they give him the higher position on the pedigree scale. But as far as the experience, because you know, like this guy Elvis Rodriguez, he lost against that what's that motherfucker at 140 that fight like a motherfucker, man? He was on that little documentary on Showtime. He fought against Bakhtir Akhmedov and went the distance. I think he might have beat him by decision. I can't think of his name, man. That's the first guy to beat Elvis Rodriguez. But just having experiences like that, man, I thought that would serve him well, and he could fight back and make it a tough fight.
I was reading in the chat at the same time. This boy Gil Cole say, I'll be your tune-up OG since I just got hands and feet put on me. Say, man, I'm going after that 3.5, man. I'm gonna have
He a
to holler at you
3.5
later.
too, though.
Oh, but you know what? I'm feeling so spicy. You can put both of them up there.
So we're gonna have a
Yeah,
three-way Royal Rumble.
There it is, right there. Yeah, I'm talking. I'm talking. You hear me? I'm talking that talk. Go on, throw Gil Coles in there since he want to jump in there. He heard me and Eric all having a conversation. He gonna weasel on in there cause Keith Thurman to knock that boy. What was his name? Cause he got a knockout. You know, coming out of the bubble. Ain't nobody trying to hear all that, Gil. I ain't scared. Go ahead and put it. Trey Heyman, make it happen.
Yeah, Brock Jarvis.
Brock Jarvis. Listen to that name, Brock Jarvis.
Yeah, we got to put the odds out there though. So since Eric Carr and Gil Cole, they both 3.5s, but Eric Carr did significantly better this past season. So I'm gonna say Eric Carr is gonna be a minus 200 favorite. We're gonna have Gil Coles at we're gonna have him at even money. You take Gil Cole, that's even money. And if we take the 0.5 OG, we give you plus 500. That's the odds.
Y'all know on the cool and y'all hard, I'm really a 3, but that's all right.
We gotta look at you like we looked at Big Baby Miller and all them motherfuckers. We gotta see what you look like off the juice. Shit, we gotta see that first. Are you gonna
coming with it?
You gonna come with some, or you gonna come like Alberto Puello? You know he was on that juice too,
it.
and he came back whooping ass.
That's
so we
exactly
gonna see
what's about to happen.
Well, that means that you might be a foe. So let's see how it's gonna go.
Y'all know what time it is? Yeah, be my damn. It's not my fault that you got hands and feet put on you. First of all, homeboy, that's your fault. I didn't know you was capping talking about seeing you some ring music, then you go out there and get slid up and down the ring like that. But, you know, that's what happened when you mess with the wizard, Mr. Walk 'em Down Walker.
I told you stay out the way this time, man. Normally I just be out there doing whatever, but I was locked in this time. I had to get it.
Say, I don't know their relationship. I don't know how their relationship was, but I think his son going with Roy Jones over his pops probably didn't sit well. These fighters be wanting to get out of their dad's shadow. I could respect that. Speaking about Eubanks and his pops.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the fight's coming up, and you know, either he gonna win or he gonna lose. What'd he say? Hip hop #1, in my opinion, Eubank is the bigger guy, being smaller but hungrier. Eubank is essentially operating as a prize fighter now. He turned down fighting for a world title, but I don't doubt being ever would.
Is it at a catch weight? Is it like at 157 or some shit? Like, what's the weight for the fight? Is it straight up 160, or is it like 157 or something? That's what I want to know.
I haven't seen anybody put it in the chat yet. Let me see what we got here. You're right, Trey X. These young fighters can't even move up 2 or 3 weight classes without struggling nowadays. They want to stay at the class. They want to stay at the class past expiration date.
Yeah, we got plenty of examples of that, man. Earl Spence stayed there for a long time, barely can make the weight. 140, you know, we got Josh Taylor. I'm Taylor gang. I'm the president of the Taylor gang, but he stayed at 140 for a long time. He finally moving up to 147. He gonna fight the engine, Espen. And then he also got Jose Ramirez. That motherfucker at 140. I think he's still at 140. He ain't trying to go nowhere. Yeah, he gonna fight Devin Haney at 140. So yeah, it be something gonna be like that, man. Stay in the weight class too long, get stale.
When he gonna fight him at 140? I thought they was gonna fight. Nah, they gonna fight over 140. They fight.
Oh yeah, they fight at catchweight. Yeah, 144. Yeah,
Because
that's a
Haney's
good step
supposed to
for
be
him.
a welterweight now.
Yeah, that's a good step for him, man. He finally done broke the ice and fought outside of 140.
Hip hop number one said he's still taking Eubank by decision after saying all of that. And then yeah, they made sure that Gary Russell got that KO.
Oh yeah, they made sure he got that KO, man. I was begging for the motherfucker to go the distance. I needed them points on the Channel Ross. I was the only person that took Gary Russell Jr. by decision. Everybody else took him by knockout because of his knockout percentage. And yeah, the referee got me up out of there. It was like maybe 20 seconds left in the fight or something. He stopped the fight. Yeah, they got me.
Okay, Lindolfo didn't who is
Lindolfo Delgado.
Delgado didn't really win that fight. Rodriguez was mixing blood up.
Yeah, that's what I saw. But at the same time, that like I picked the decision right. Lindolfo Delgado, it was plus 130. I like the odds. And plus I knew I got the politics behind me. This is a top ranked fighter. And he come forward. That's one thing about him. Like, you gonna beat him, but you ain't really just backing him up all day. He gonna step to you. And I thought that would be enough to get the politics to help me out the rest of the way. You know what I'm saying? I do Elvis Rodriguez was very tough, skill, really good fighter. A very good chance that he will beat Delgado. But I got the politics on my side. And I got a Mexican that's coming forward with politics. It's hard to beat that in the ring. So that's why I went on here and took Delgado. But I did feel like he lost the fight, though. Check hooks and shit. He almost got knocked out. The motherfucker got hit with a left hand. I think it was a left hand from the southpaw stand. D-Lo texted me talking about the referee just helped Delgado. I'm sitting up here like, yeah, I'm watching the fight, motherfucker. I just seen this motherfucker get hit with a left hand and get knocked to the other side of the ring. I almost fell through the ropes and all that kind of shit. Hey, salute to Delgado for not going down. And salute to the referee for helping the motherfucker put the politics in place so we can get the win. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, Delgado, he probably should have won that fight. Just the same way as Carlos Adames, he should have beat that tall ass motherfucking what's that guy name at 160, man?
Shiraz.
There we go, Hamza Shiraz. Yeah, he lost that fight against Adames. So it's been a couple of robberies here lately, here and there.
Hip hop number one said, I said all week Delgado be starting his fights too slow lately. I took a draw, but Delgado got put into the ropes in the ninth. He lost by a round or two. Both didn't get busy enough.
Yeah, that motherfucker, man, when he step up, he gonna probably be in trouble. You know, we seeing evidence of that now. Hyphy done already put the curse on the motherfucker. He put that Joey Spencer curse on him, where he say he don't feel like he got it. And yeah, I think we just saw some evidence of that. You know what I'm saying? So when he step up, man, he probably gonna get whooped.
We'll say the return of the .5. Return of the Mac. Yeah.
Oh yeah, there we go. That Sims boy.
Yeah, Sims Jr.
Yeah, what the fuck is his first name? I can't think of his first name, but that's the one that went out there and beat Elvis Rodriguez for his first defeat. And Kenneth Sims Jr. There we go.
That boy said I lost by a technicality, like Jones versus Griffin. He's saying that's how he lost.
Yeah, the first fight. He lost by DQ.
When he got hit, when he fell down, Griffin started acting like he was really hurt. He know he wasn't hurt like that. Roy pulled back on that punch.
Yeah,
He said,
you read D-Lo comment?
I don't think I got to it yet, have I? Oh shit. Let me see. Let me see the close fight goes. Let me see. Let me see. Oh, I'm over here. Let me see. Close fight goes to the guy from Mexico with the guy from DR. Almost a guarantee.
Oh yeah, it's hard to be the Mexican that come forward and throw punches, and he got politics behind him. That's very difficult to be. We ain't even being racist. We just making an observation. It's hard to beat that.
Yeah, because they bring in that pressure, and they I could say they the ones that protect themselves is good, but they even when they be taking punches, they be still coming and swinging. You got to beat them.
Oh yeah, you got to
Therefore, I
whoop
say
that
the
ass.
fight will be at 160.
Okay, it's gonna be straight at 160, huh? Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a look at it, man. I'm still kind of up in the air. I might still go out with the old in with the new, but I'm gonna take a look at it though, because I mean, Eubank is still 35. This kid is very motivated. Like hip hop number one say, he hungry. He got something to prove. So I just know that's very hard, man. That's why the young lions normally knock off the old lions. So we'll see.
Yeah, hip hop number one say I think it's a hydration clause on that, so I don't think they're gonna let Eubank gain too much in hydration. And he said Taylor and Ramirez both moving up finally. That's the
Yeah.
deal for boxing. He said I don't know that Egg Benedict slap results of KO. He said I forgot that boy went out there and slapped that man in the face with an egg.
Yeah, but we've been seeing being over demonstrable or whatever word I'm supposed to say in these face-offs and shit have been going to the more humble fighter. Like when fighters been trying to punk other fighters and talk a lot of shit, the humble fighters been winning lately. I will say though, I did see the curse this trend might have got broken when we had the Tiara Brown fight when she fought against Scott Nicholson. Because she punked Scott Nicholson the whole build up, the whole time. Man, she was all over this woman's case, man, the whole time, man. All in her face, fucking with her, talking shit, pointing a finger in her face, grabbing her belt, just doing everything. And went out there and won. So maybe we getting away from that trend where the bullies are losing. But we'll see.
As of late, he say both of them looked what the what emaciated, going into
Emaciated,
emaciated,
hungry than a
going.
motherfucker.
Who we talking about?
Oh, you
Going
talking
into
about
that
Taylor and
undisputed about
Ramirez
4
when they
years
fought
ago.
for undisputed 4 years ago? He basically saying they should have been gone.
When we was complaining about Taylor looking like he had lost that last fight. Damn it! No, I didn't just do that to my drink.
Yeah.
No, not yeah. I actually did that.
Yeah, there we go, D-Lo. Demonstrative. I ain't got the best vocabulary shit.
Damn. Salute to the ref, Shiraz. Yeah, we said that already. Shiraz lost by 3-4 rounds.
Yeah.
That's being generous. Keith Sims. Okay, that's everybody. Oh, no, it's still going down. One of my favorite Mexican fights to watch is still Neary.
Yeah, Neary tough. He kind of let me down a little bit when he fought Inouye, but he did drop Inouye one time, so shit. He did show some kind of resistance, you know what I'm saying? He didn't just go over there and lay down and kiss the ring and roll over on his back, belly up.
He said, you help me out when I get tangled up, so I got you. That dude from England was provoked into flipping the table and got mollywopped. Which dude? Who flipped over the table and got beat up?
That sounds kind of familiar. Maybe talking about David Adelaide and TKV.
TKV?
Yeah, maybe so. I still think TKV got fucked over though. I thought he was winning the fight. Putting a jab on him, motherfucker. Shooting feints at him and shit. Frustrating them. They getting tied up, but the referee was on the case the whole time though. Like, goddamn, this just on the man case immediately, giving them warnings and shit just out the gate. I could tell the politics were heavily in favor of Adelaide, for sure.
Straight out the gate, he just all over. Hey
Yeah,
man,
I'm
watch this.
telling you, man,
Watch this.
that's probably gonna be the most controversial finish to a fight this year. And people are already saying it should be ruled a no contest.
Damn. Well, we'll see how that works out. Lilo said he missed that. He said he showed a little pluck over there. Damn,
Who we say show some pluck?
I don't know who he talking about. Showed the pluck.
Oh, my Amazon Angel just slid into the building. She had a little hair show this. Yeah, she had a hair show this weekend. Her and her sister, they dressed up in a '90s theme and shit. Got the hair done, got the jewelry on, like everything was '90s themed. You know what I'm saying? Right. All dolled up and shit. They were looking pretty, man. Salute to my Amazon Angel.
What's going on, sis? ABO9. Hey MZ. Hey Trey. Hey Chat and mods. Blessing to y'all. Jumping in real quick before I go to sleep.
Appreciate
Thanks
you.
Thanks for stopping by, sis. Always a pleasure.
Yeah.
Say, that guy fighting Inoue next is another fighter who takes 5 rounds to get going. Inoue gonna stop him in the first 6 for sure.
Who he fighting?
Hyphy knows because he spoke on it. Sis said thanks, Trey X.
Yeah. I watched her get ready for it and all that. I did text her the other day. She didn't respond to my text though, but I'm gonna mind my business about that. But she was looking pretty at the '90s her show. But who knew he fight, man? Shit, last time I remember him about to fight somebody was Sam Goodman. The motherfucking fight got canceled and shit. Ramon Cardenas, that ain't even ringing a bell, man. Maybe I got to take a look at him and see his face and see his stats and shit. It might come to me. But off the top, I can't think of who Ramon Cardenas is. Oh, yeah, he showed some pluck. Yeah, he say Neri showed some pluck when he went to Japan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he public enemy. He public enemy number 1 over there. They hate that motherfucker. Neri. And then he went over there and dropped the Nui. I know that boy. I know they was tight when he got dropped. I know they was because they can't stand Neri. Yeah, they was sick. But the Nui, he got that championship quality about him, man. He came back with something. Got him up out of there in about 5 rounds, something like that.
Cool Boy let me down. Went to Japan and turned into an episode of Quantum Leap.
Yeah, that motherfucker let me down too. But he was coming off with a 14-month layoff, right? And I remember going back and forth with Joseph Brown about the shit. He got Nui. I got Cool Boy. I ain't a big believer in the Nui, even though he was 72 and 3. Hold on, I can't even think what the fuck he was, man. 72 and 5 or some shit like that. He had a little amateur background. He a bona fide 4. Went to the AIBA World Championship twice, but he lost to the same man. He lost to a man that can box and turn him on the outside. Can't think his name right now. He a Cuban. Good fighter, though. So that made me think maybe Cool Boy had the style to go out there and box and turn the motherfucker. But he went off in there and got his ass knocked out in 8 rounds. Had me eating crow looking crazy. Looking like I don't know shit about boxing. There go my nigga Joseph Brown right there.
I was just gonna say you spoke on JB, the honorable judge in the house. What's up, Jay?
All right.
What's going on? Good to see you. He said salute MZ and Trey X. Salute to the chat. She said, salute. Oh man, I gotta put it up. Sis said, you calling me out like that? I apologize. I'll text you back now.
Yeah. We leaving my shit on read.
Oh, it made my stomach hurt. So, hey, I was, what was I getting ready to go on? Oh, that's what it is. Let me check that out real quick. Yeah, Neri was the Japanese executioner.
Yeah.
For a few years.
Yeah, he was over there whooping ass, man. That's why they can't stand him. He talking about Sam Goodman is a dummy who has a team full of dummies. I don't know exactly what you mean, but I thought he pulled out with an injury. Maybe I'm remembering that shit wrong, though. Hell, I wanted to take a bet on it, man. They was giving 32-1 odds on that motherfucker to win by decision. Some people put some money on it because they bet it down to 28-1 odds. Shit, man, that motherfucker is a foe. He fought at the AIBA World Championship just like he knew it. So I said, man, let me go ahead and take a shot at these 28-1 odds just in case he knew he have a night off. You know what I'm saying? All we need is one night off. But
Ain't asking for much.
yeah, we ain't just one night off. You know, they canceled the fight though, man. I was disappointed.
That's messed up. Abdullah Mason. Okay. Hyphy asked that we speak on Abdullah Mason is an ass. I'll put him to sleep and cut that hype real quick. Who is that?
I'm about to say because I don't see what you read, man. It must be somebody else. Like somebody we don't know.
Ernesto Tito, what's that? Mercado? Morsado?
Yeah, Tito Mercado. What you reading, bro?
It's a post that Hyphy has asked us to look at. It's in the Discord.
Oh, okay, what it say?
It just said that Abdullah Mason is an ass. I'll put him to sleep and cut that hype out real quick.
They in the same weight class? I thought Mercado was at 140. Yeah, I thought he had went out there and he fought Pedraza at 140. I don't think they're in the same weight class. I might be wrong, but I think Mason 135, Mercado 140.
Yeah, he 135. Mason 135.
Yeah, Mercado, I think he 140.
Mercado might be just, throwing his name out there trying to get in that hype train because right now Mason is doing his thing. Mason is also making it be known that as soon as he gets the opportunity to be in the area with the champions, he want that smoke. Which
He
is
trying
good.
to make
noise,
man. Yeah, he trying to put himself on the map. I wonder what's up with Hyphy, other fighter that Osley's Iglesias motherfucker at 168. What he gonna do? What he gonna do? He gonna meal do or what? We ain't seen nothing from him in a while.
Or heard.
Yeah, tell the motherfucker to fight somebody.
I know you out there, Hyphy. You better defend that. You just ain't gonna let that happen like that, are you? You got your boy, you got one of your fighters over there just sitting on the shelf. Where they do that?
Shit, Bam need to get his ass out there too. When Bam gonna fight?
I thought he had a fight.
Do we?
Coming up.
I ain't seen that.
I'm gonna do some research on it. I thought he had something coming up.
Okay.
I thought maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I was hoping. But did Riyadh reach out to him? Oh, we got a lot going on right here. Salute Joseph DBC. He said Goodman got cut sparring late in training camp. Both times he pulled out of the fight.
Okay, that's what I thought it was. Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
I blame Philippine Flash. He the reason I thought Cool Boy had action.
Yeah, because he fought a tough fight against Anu. It was a majority decision, went the distance. He talking about the first fight. The rematch, he got his ass knocked out. But the first time, he made it a tough fight on Anu. But that's what we was talking about earlier as far as fighters facing resistance in fights and to make them better. And I always quote Billy Conn. If you fight for a championship and you have not taken a loss, and we'll substitute loss for having resistance, something's wrong. You ain't learned nothing. So that was a Nui learning fight when he fought the Filipino Flash, Nonito Donaire. And they had a tough fight. It was a blood and guts fight. Nui might have got a broken eye socket in that fight, if I'm not mistaken. And it seemed to make him a better fighter.
Damn. Chris Rainer done stepped into the building. Haven't seen him in a minute. He say, salute, y'all.
Yeah, this motherfucker, he'll come through us up and then disappear for another year. What's going down with you, Chapo?
He said, I took, dang, what's the news doing right there? I took Goodman to beat Rais Alim.
Rais Alim. Rais the Beast Alim.
Rais Alim. Okay. That was a good fight and win for him.
Yeah, you actually picked, you picked Sam Goodman too. I guess you picked him Either you picked them or the motherfucker you paid picked them.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that
Didn't
was
you
a
just
good.
hear me say when you was going down the list how I was sitting here being proud, looking at my picks, listening to the breakdown, saying, "Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about myself. I'm broke."
No, I'm talking about this Sam Goodman versus Raíz the Beast of Lean. You took Goodman in the fight. It was a 4 versus a 3, because a bona fide 3. Because Raíz the Beast of Lean, he's a 3-time national championship bronze medalist. So he a bona fide 3. And he went against Sam Goodman, who's a 4. He fought at the IBA World Championships. And I took the 3 like a dumbass. But you was one of the rare people that took Sam Goodman over Raíz Salim and got the win.
Pedigree scale, baby, pedigree scale.
Yeah, that's all it was, a straight pedigree scale pick. He said he had a stroke, man. I'm glad you're good, man. I ain't know nothing about that, brother.
Oh my God, yes. I'm glad you better.
What
And
you
I
looking
hope
like? You 100% or what? Yeah, I hope you good, man. Stop putting so much goddamn stress on yourself.
that
Shit.
part.
Yeah, you might have to smoke you some herb or something, man. Get that stress up off you. You're too young for that shit. Cut some weight too, nigga. Get your ass in the weight room.
I subscribe to not stressing for nothing.
Yeah, for sure.
The house can be burning down around me. I ain't gonna stress. I figure I'll get out. Might be a little sooty, but I'm gonna get out. Man, shit, I've been in a house fire before, so I know how that can be.
Yeah.
Scary as hell. Man, me and my older brother was in a house fire. I was like 7, and we was in Gary. And it was the one time I could remember my auntie actually visiting my mom's house on 700 and Taney, right on the corner. And it was Thanksgiving, and there was a lot of snow on the ground. My mom had made some Cornish hens for me and my brother. She went to go take my auntie home. Me and my brother getting ready for bed, and she had these curtains that hung in front of these sheer curtains that hung where the hot water heater was, and we had a gas one. And when it was light, it would poof real hard, and the fire would kind of come out. And this night, for some reason, it caught the curtains. And when we realized that the back of the house was on fire, we had a back door in the kitchen and the front door, but my mom had that front door blocked with the way she had her furniture and stuff. And my brother noticed the fire. He opened up the back door and told me to go get dressed. I went on, threw on some shorts, dumbass, and an undershirt. When we went back to the back door, the whole kitchen was on fire. And he got on the phone to call a neighbor. And the neighbor, Miss Maudine, her son answered the phone, and he was like, "Why I need to call the fire department?" He was like, "Look out the window." And right when he said look out the window, the lights flashed and cut off, and the phone died. And you could hear that fire it's like roaring.
Yeah.
And it was in the ceiling. And as we was bagging up from the kitchen, the living room ceiling collapsed down. And I remember seeing my brother, because he was like close to it, hold his hand up, his arm up to protect himself when it fell down. And the heat was immense. We couldn't go out my mom had a big giant pane window, but when that ceiling fell down, we couldn't get in there. The fire just pushing us back till we end up in the last room of the house. And my brother was like, I'll never forget that he was like, "We gonna die." And I was like, "No, we not, big bro." Because that week I had just watched Stop, Drop, and Roll, because the fireman had came to the school and told us we get on the ground and crawl, you could breathe. So I'm telling my brother this, we get into this last room, which it was looking pretty grim. And that the fire had popped into mom's room, who was next to the room. It was like a den. And the fire was at the front. It was like, that was the last place to be. And the fireman broke the window. And my brother jumped out of the window, and they was like, "Is anybody else in there?" And when he said, he was saying, "My little brother," I poked my head out. The fireman pulled me out the crib. I'm walking in snow that's up to my knees. I can't remember who picked me up, but as we was walking away from the house, my mom was out there losing it. And the whole house was engulfed in fire. That shit was crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, I was over here mad at my nigga Chris Rainer. This motherfucker always come through and then disappear and all that shit. I thought you hell, I ain't know what to think. I was kind of pissed off at you though. But it just goes to show you, man, you don't never know what somebody going through. That shit got me feeling bad. I'm sitting over here
Well, I'm
mad.
feeling better
Motherfucker, he
seeing
done
when
had a
you say,
goddamn stroke. I'm
you say
glad
I
you
was
good though.
paralyzed.
Yeah, we need to call this motherfucker Marlo, make sure he all right. Ain't
Right.
heard from this motherfucker in a few years. Make sure his
Right.
ass good. Yeah.
He said, I was paralyzed on my left side, but I did my recovery and I'm 90% still. Still got a loss of feeling on my left side, but other than that, I'm alive, blessed, and blessed. Man,
All day.
thank God for that, for sure. I am so glad that 90%, that's big, especially for somebody that had a stroke. Because you see a lot of people, I've seen a lot of stroke victims. Actually, I've seen one at our store. He come in periodically, and his whole left side is just shut down. You know, he can walk, but the arm and everything, you can tell it is dead. So I am very glad that you okay and that you found time to come and hang out with us, man.
Yeah.
Whenever you feeling good and you want to come hang, please do. You welcome all the time, and it's great to see you. You're doing all right.
Yeah,
Thank
throw that
God for that.
motherfucker a wrench, man. That's family.
You sure right. Let me jump on that right
That's,
now.
that's El Chapo, man. This motherfucker used to make our cartoons and do all the computer shit that me and Marlo couldn't do.
He in there now. Type something else and it should pop up. But I'm glad you all right, man. For real. For
Yeah.
real. I can't say it no better than that. He said I was defending Canelo too hard and couldn't take it. Just kidding. That high blood pressure got me.
Don't watch
But
the
dude,
Crawford fight, man, because that motherfucker lose. I don't want you to have another. Square business.
do what you need to do to get that blood pressure down, bro. Do what you need to do to get that down. For real. Sis said blessings to you. You know, everybody giving giving it to him. And Chris Rain, I wanted to say that about Canelo, but didn't know if you would take the joke. Man, it's good news. It hit me hard when we first read that he had it, but seeing that he doing so much better, it's like a roller coaster. I went down and shot back up just like that.
Yeah, man. Damn. Life of
Yeah,
motherfucker,
MZ.
man.
When you said no, big bro, no, we not, big bro. It's just watched. I thought you was gonna say as highway to boy. Stop that! I wasn't finna say. You thought I was gonna say we just watched Highway to Heaven. No, I'm trying to remember what we used to call the fireman because like Officer Friendly used to come to the school. That was when police was all right. I was a little boy back. Can you imagine how long ago that's been since the police was all right? But Officer Friendly used to come, but I can't remember the fireman's name. What his name was that used to come, and they used to come and teach us the safety stuff. If you ever in the fire, how not to touch the door handle if the door closed and the fire's on the other side. If you see smoke coming away from up under the door, all these type things, and it was fresh in my mind, so I pretty much knew what to do. I ain't gonna lie. This might sound a little off, but as my mama house was burning down, we was in there. My mama had her shit laid out, right? Tell me why I'm going through the crib, because I know it's burning down. I'm turning over the little tables and shit she got in the living room. I'm walking and just pushing shit to the side like a movie or something.
Yeah.
I don't know why I did that. Something's wrong with me.
I'm gonna put Almond Brown business out there a little bit. She hope she don't be mad at me. But y'all pray for her too, man, because she got into a car wreck not that long ago. She still kind of jammed up off that shit, but she tough as hell, so she still gonna go to work and run her business and do whatever she want to do. But she jammed up right now. Still got pain and stiffness and all kind of shit. I don't know what's gonna come of that, but hope she be all right too. I'm surprised that she's still sticking around this long. She been in the bed early as hell. Hell, I be thinking about I might call her or something. Shit, 9 o'clock. Shit, she out of there. You know what I'm saying? But I guess she missed her boy. That's why she's staying around so long tonight. Cause she said she was just gonna pop in and go to bed. But y'all notice that she's still up in there. But hopefully
Is
she
sis
be
be?
all right though, man. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna be honest. You know, everybody's in my prayers. You know what I'm saying? All y'all be in my prayers. That's no lie. You know, I just got that kind of heart about me. But hearing that about sis, you know, yeah, I make sure I put an extra something that'll help get her body feeling better and everything like that. Tonight is just full of surprises, ain't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, sis be hanging around. Remember that time we was up late and somebody came in here talking crazy, and I asked somebody to hit him with that wrench. Sis came out of nowhere. Bah! Your ass
Oh
over there
yeah.
with that nonsense.
Yeah, she tough. She gonna do that.
She said, "Yes, I'm still here, laughing out loud. I appreciate you, Trey. Thank y'all for your prayers. There's always love on this platform, no matter what's going on. We family around here. Might never. Well, I'm gonna meet Trey. Soon as I can get things clear, me and Big E and Otis gonna go right out there on him and pop up.
Oh
And
yeah,
we
I'm
gonna
right
have
up
a
the
good
road.
old time. Yeah, I know. We just it's Big E at a new job where he doing his thing. Always doing a new job where he doing his thing, and I'm just fighting. But once we get our schedules where we can get everybody on the same page, we coming, bro. That's a guarantee.
Yeah, that's what made y'all fuck with me. I'm right off the
That
highway. It
that's
be
with
easy.
no doubt.
Yeah.
He said Badu Jack's opponent has been replaced due to injury. Who who was Badu getting ready to fight?
Yeah, I heard about one of his fights. I just can't remember who it was. He just did an interview not that long ago too.
Dang. Oh boy, trying to call out Abdullah. He at the wrong weight class. Let Abdullah do what he doing right now. Uh-oh. Sis say maybe I'll meet Trey one day too. Tell him to get this way, MZ. Say, well, you heard that. You better jump on the road, player.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like, huh?
Yeah.
He be wanting the
He's,
motherfucker to go halfway across the world because hey, she not the type of person that like a homebody, nigga. She gonna take her vacations, nigga. She gonna get on that plane and she gonna fly around the motherfucking world. And she be wanting me to get out there. I'm scared of heights though, man. I'm scared to fly and all that kind of stuff. And then here
bro.
lately, they've been talking about a lot of planes crashing and all kind of shit. Hey, I'm kind of spooked to do that. I ain't gonna lie. But yeah, that's what she want. She talking about she just want to meet me, but she really want to get me way up 40,000 motherfucking feet in the air. That's really what she want me to do.
Well, man, get out there. Take a shot. Get on out there.
Yeah, only live once, huh?
That's it. That's it. And you stay in the midst a lot. I was thinking about what you said about how you love this planet, and it got me to thinking about just everything out here on this globe, on this big rock, that is so much to love and to see. So shoot, if you get a chance to move around and do some stuff, bro, please do it. You owe yourself that. You really do. You owe yourself that to get out and see the beauties of this planet that you love so much.
Yeah, that's real talk. I ain't gonna disagree with you on that. Chapo said you still got the new same number. Yeah, I got the same number. I saw where you called me too. I ignored that. Yo, shit. I said this motherfucker Chapo calling me, man. I was talking to him last time, and then he just gone, just disappear on the nigga. I ignored your shit. I was mad at you. I told you, but I ain't know that you was going through what you were going through. That shit, that was a lesson. I ain't lying. Can't take people for granted, man, because one day you're here and the next day you're gone. That's that UGK, huh?
Man, for sure. One day you're here, baby.
You never
Uh,
know,
uh,
man.
AB09 say, thank you, MZ. Tell him again. Laughing out loud. Man, you I can't say it no more.
One thing I'm
Eric
gonna do
God
though,
say,
I'm gonna go to Egypt to go see the pyramids, man. I am fascinated about ancient Egypt. I'll be watching all kind of documentaries and listen to their lies and shit that they tell, but I just love the ancient Kemet. Hell, I even got Egyptian tattoos and shit. So that is something that I want to go see one day. That's something that'll get me up in that plane.
Yeah, I was
Egyptian
about to say,
pyramid.
if you picking to go there, you talking about a hell of a flight.
I know
You
it.
gonna jump right out there.
Go big or go home, baby. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. Eric R say Trey X close the window blind. You'll be fine, bro. I'm afraid of heights. You know I'll be all over. He said, you know I'll be all over. Man, I enjoy being on that airplane. I like the feel of when it takes off, how it, the speed of it, how it kind of pulls you back in the seat. I get a rush from that, feeling how it leaves the ground, and you can feel the air. You can tell the difference, and looking out of the window as the plane goes up, and sometimes it tilts left or right, depending on where y'all going, and you get to see the ground. As you going up, you start seeing the cars and everything as they start to look like toys, and then you start getting up high enough where you can see how the land looks on maps. To me, it's so fascinating. And once you get up to cruise altitude, bro, I like looking out the window because you can see the clouds, and in my imagination, it looks like a whole new landscape because the clouds on the top, when you're on top of them, they look like mountains. It looks like some of them have water, like lakes or something in them. You get to see some real beautiful stuff flying. It's amazing. It's amazing.
It really like once I get up there, I'll probably like it a lot more. But just thinking about the process of going up there, I already got my hands and feet over here sweating right now. Like I have a serious like stress response when I think about that shit. Like my hands over here sweating like a motherfucker right now. I gotta
just leave that alone.
Yeah, I gotta just defeat it, man. Hopefully I can get
How
it
you
done.
feel about ships? Oh, Armin Brown said, I like how you listen to MZ at Trey X when I said the same thing. Bing.
Yeah, come on, man. We gonna get off my case though. Hyphy, Hyphy changed the subject. He said, Tregs, maybe you can do a live stream on your channel talking about some Egyptian history. I don't know the shit all like that, bro. I just know some little basic shit. Like Menes and Khufu and Snefru and Hatshepsut and Tutankhamun, Akhenaten, Ramses the Great, Seti, shit like that. Little basic shit, man. Like the Battle of Kadesh, I think that was amazing battle to read about, and also documentaries about it and stuff like that. Like I don't know a whole lot, bro, but I am fascinated. And then part of what hurts me is that I don't know what's true and what's not true. You know what I'm saying? Because they be white people, yeah, they be whitewashing that thing, man. They do not like the fact that dark-skinned people could do something that they can't figure out. And they rather say the pyramids was built by aliens and all that kind of shit instead of crediting some dark-skinned people for doing something that they can't figure out how it was done. You know what I'm saying? But I just know the little basic little shit, bro. I don't know nothing worth talking about.
I always hit them with this. When they get a little too cocky for me, I just put the truth on them. Over here in America, no matter what you want to say, no matter how cocky they want to get, you can always hit them with this. Y'all wouldn't even have America if y'all didn't let the black people fight. Y'all ain't won a war without us. Ever.
Yeah.
He said we got to knock Trey out with that milk like they used to do Mr. T on 18.
I don't
Pull up to the airport and fall asleep.
Too young for that.
Oh, you don't know about the 18?
No, I mean I know Mr. T and all them guys was in it, but I ain't never watched it.
He was afraid to fly. And every time they had to go somewhere where they had to fly, they would mix him a drink. And he would drink it and they would get him on the plane. And when he wake up, they'd be wherever he was, they was gonna be at.
Yeah.
And, it was all, he wake up and have a fit because y'all know y'all didn't put me in the plane. Yeah, they used to mess up with Mr. T all the time like that.
Yeah.
Armin Brown said, I have to have a window seat too, MZ. I like looking out the window. Man, that feeling, sis. It's just that feeling being up there. Nighttime flying is pretty cool too. But I can honestly say the best flight that I took was when we went to Hawaii. That was, to me, that was the best flight because I got to see the mountains and how the clouds wrap around them. Don't get me to talking about it because I'll be hooked on that and just running my mouth forever. So let me move on. So like you don't have Trey X talk you off the ledge. Don't have MZ talk you onto a don't have MZ talk you onto a plane. And I'm thinking I'm doing pretty good. Hip Hop Number One said, I wish the best for all in the chat going through some adversity. Hope you bounce back. That sentiment is echoed by me, and I'm sure by plenty of everybody else on here.
Square business. Snoop Hip Hop Number One. He a positive guy. He know his boxing too.
That boy Eric Ross laughing, got the laughing emojis. He said, I don't know a whole lot, and proceed to name the whole Egyptian welterweight division.
Nah, I ain't even scratched the surface. I just named a few that came to my head, but I am fascinated about reading about them. Like they were very intelligent, man. Like they had a home pregnancy test, for example. You wouldn't even like, how the fuck they have a home pregnancy test? But they would have they would have the women urinate on barley, and if they had the pregnancy hormones present in the urine, it would make the barley seeds germinate early, and that's how they could tell if a woman was pregnant or not. They doing open heart surgery and shit, even operating on the brain and all kind of shit. They were fascinating.
And here we are thinking that we so advanced, and these people were doing stuff that we wouldn't even believe could be possible back then.
Yeah.
Great stuff. So, shoot, it seemed like we had a good thing going. I don't know if you feel like you still want to chop it up, because I'm feeling good about myself all the time.
Oh yeah,
The
I'm
point
good. I
five is
need to go
back.
find. Yeah, I need to go find something to eat, man. I've been on my little training, a little tough. I got to keep my protein up. You know what I'm saying? I'm 40
Yeah.
now. This motherfucker. I still can't believe that shit. I'm 40. Well, yeah, man. I'm gonna go find me something to eat, man. I appreciate you giving. Let me get on the panel. I see Ms. Aubrey Brown. How my wipe the sweat off your palm. Trey, yeah, my shit is kind of damp over here. Well, I'm about to go into this kitchen, go find me something to eat. Maybe like some vegetable soup or something, some chicken. And I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one, man. I ain't gonna even talk you to death. Salute to everybody. Good night to you.
Salute, bro. Hip Hop Number One checked out. He said, thanks for the conversation. MZ, give us some words about the NCAA, the championships, if you got any. I heard the Houston lost. Sis saying, good night all. I'm sleepy, laughing out loud. I'm gonna be honest with you, Hyphy. I didn't get to see any of the games. I just heard that the Cougars pulled off a hell of a comeback in order to make it to the championship, and just didn't have enough to get over the hump. That's the only thing I could give you for it, for real. That's the only thing I can give you for real. But tonight was a roller coaster ride. Hearing about I'm just glad everybody's okay and life's going good. Eric R saying peace out, fam. I appreciate that. I ain't gonna hold y'all too much either. Let's go Gators. Okay, bye. That's what the Gators is who beat my. First of all, my daughter is an alumni of Houston. That's my oldest baby, Ebony. That's where she became a teacher. Now she's Dr. Ebony Wallace. So yeah, she didn't even say too much because she's usually all over that stuff, man. That mean game was down to the wire. That mean the game was down to the wire. The women's game wasn't as UConn has been blowing out everything. So the girls got blew out, but the guys played a good tight game. I heard something about what's his name, Cody, the youngster that's not even old enough really to be one of the college guys. I mean, yeah, he should be still in high school. I'm hearing that he's gonna be something great. They tout him to be a go number one in the drafts, is what I'm hearing. Alumni. I thought I said that. Alumni. Alumni. I thought that's what I said. You know, well, shit, it is what it is. Y'all know I be beating up words in a heartbeat. Well, I'm gonna say this. Hey, you skipped the Brian Norman Jr. interview from earlier today. I did? Let me go see if what did he say? I didn't see the interview. I honestly didn't see the interview. Shoot. Let me see. Is it in the Discord? Because I didn't check that. I didn't check that at all. Well, I didn't see it. I'll look it up, Hyphy. Wait, shoot, you hit me with that one. I didn't. Where is it? That's the question. Where is it? Well, with everything going on, I'm going to have to say thank you. Peace and blessings to everybody that came out to kick it with us tonight. I'm glad y'all did, because you could have been doing anything else, but you came to spend some time with me. No, you named the guy from the Thundercats, Momra. What? His name is Momra. The evil guy. Momra. Well, you just brought me back. Quit making me feel old, Eric R. That ain't what we supposed to be doing right now. But, you know, peace and blessings to everybody here. We about to get ready to roll up out of here. Why is that twice up there? And I'm going to hit y'all with something fresh that we're working on. I'm looking for somebody to put, that's not how that go. Looking for somebody to probably put a verse at the end of this. Peace, Hyphy. With that, I'm going to go ahead and hit y'all what I'm like, and we going to bounce.
That's right. 10 toes down, was stacking that paper. Riding real clean, was stunting on haters. She said come through, I'm like yeah later. Y'all know what it is when the players say later. I'm like on my grind, got no time for hoe. I'm like on my swivel, let nothing get close. I'm like can't stop fighting till they let go. I'm like one door closed, I'll kick for more. I understand a lot of people out here won't get me, yet here I be playing on the spot where the whole world can hit me. Please understand, everything I lay down gon' be tight. I can turn that left into a right, make a dike turn into a plumber chasing that pipe. Make a mumble over words I say, got them stumbling over the words they write. Even though they claim to be using a third eye, soon you'll see they have no sight. Running over these tracks like Saquon Barkley, throwing it deep like Jalen Hurts. They say that the MZ can't touch down, so tell me why they raising they skirt. Like one door closed, I'll kick for more. Like on my swivel, let nothing get close. Like can't stop fighting till they let go. Like on my grind, got no time for hoe. Lights, cameras, action, making money, got haters reacting. Or you thinking that you got a lick, better think about it before you be in a casket. That could be drastic, now they be asking, who the hell done sent the assassin? It's a lot of crying and screaming and crying, cause killers got blasted, that was their passion. I ain't never been the one to come hate on, even though they was the ones to come hate on. Now they gotta wait around to see what it is that I will be raised. And all of that talking they doing don't move me. Better believe this ain't a movie. Better be hoping your people are praying when I come through, I don't pursue that.